Right, after about 10,000 years, or very much quantifiable dividend thereof, it's time for me to return and finish this game, so welcome everyone, whosoever that statement might actually be addressing, and I suppose let's get straight into it. Right after I realized that there's at least two things that I forgot to do in preparation for actually starting the stream, one of which is switching over the source on the actual monitor I'm using to play the game. There we go. At least this gives the song a chance to finish one loop, which then gives me the chance to pretend that that's the actual end of the song. There we go. Well, I'm probably gonna have to reset the resolution thing again, because there's probably not gonna be sound because this thing is glitchy like that, but as we'll know in just a second. Yep, I am indeed gonna have to do that. Hold on. Pop it this side, and then pop it back to that side. And there we go. I wait for the video to come back, and then I reset this thing. There we go. So welcome back everyone to the end of Paper Mario 100% Run, which is apparently gonna take slightly more than 36 hours to complete, at least on my account. And hello, Bird. How's it going? And okay, so because I could go back to this text file that I had before, there is technically one thing that we're gonna have to return back here to do after we go to Bowser's Castle, because we need one more, what's it called? One more Ultra Mushroom to complete every single game. To remember that. And there's basically two ways in which we can get an Ultra Shroom at this point, and that's either pick one of like two that are available in Bowser's Castle, or we can go and play the stupid pig gacha game until we get one and basically blow a bunch of money on that, but even though there's basically no other actual use for the money at this point in the game since we have everything else, I still don't want to do that on principle, so there we go. So what we have accomplished is basically everything else, other than the titles. I guess I'm gonna put these at the bottom, so that I can actually differentiate those from the ones that we've already completed. So, oh yeah, the badges, technically that's also true because there's one badge left to collect in the game in Bowser's Castle. But other than that, we have completed, we've gotten all the star pieces, we've fully upgraded all the partners with the super blocks, we've gotten to the level cap, which is 27. We've defeated all the super bosses except for the anti-guy squad, which we will do today, probably. I foresee no complications there. I mean, we've managed to cheese, like, both Ultimate and Final form of the Master without any real problems, so that's probably a good indication. And what else? Oh yeah, speaking of that, we got all the dojo degrees and the diploma, so that's something else that we got out of the way. We delivered all the letters which we needed to do to get all the star pieces anyway, so that's just gonna go hand in hand, and we completed all the Koopa Koot favors, which is something else that we needed to do to get all the star pieces, so again, zoom overlap there. So what we're missing at this point is just finishing the game with all badges, all the recipes, and all titles, which the titles are just like the stuff that we need to... Like, I don't even think the game cares about which titles we have and don't have, but I just try to have as many as possible, but... we're missing one more badge and one more recipe, which is what I've already discussed, and we need to go to Chapter 8 to actually get both of those, so... Let me see. I should probably clean up my inventory a bit before we go there. Or I could just go there and, like, figure something out once I'm up in, like, the Star Valley or whatever, Star Haven. There is another shop up there that we can use. I think what I'm gonna be doing, actually, is, there's, like, 3 embers that you can fight in the way up there. That reminds me, we need to like bring out a partner that doesn't attack with touch. So I guess Lucky Lester. I'm pretty sure those count as, you know, fire enemies. Something I might as well take care of now is by just way of active plus blah 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 bomb attack. I don't think bomb attack is gonna be useful anymore to the actual end game now, so but I don't know. We're gonna want a spike shield for Bowser's Castle. And I guess we can okay, I don't know. It's for the climb there at least. How much dodge? Or defend plus. Maybe I could just get rid of the Flower Saber for now and get defend plus and damage dodge. Interest stuff. Health conservation, I don't know. That's gonna be such a big deal right this second, but well, you know, always pays to be paranoid, and at this point I think it still qualifies as paranoia, because it technically hasn't been entirely justified yet, but it could be. I honestly don't even know if we would game over at all in this game yet, in this playthrough. I feel like maybe we have, but I certainly don't remember when that happened. But here we are. I guess something else we could do is like bring out Goombario because you Tattles. Room Tattles, but I think pretty sure we already gotten one for here. This is the legendary Starway. Platform that of actual stars. This is how stars work. Okay, just go with it. There we go then. And hey look, we totally get a sneak preview of the things we're gonna have to collect when I eventually stream Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. Also Embers. Oh yeah, they split up, forget about that shit. Oh, whatever. It literally doesn't matter. I don't think they have any defense, so there should be enough to at least finish one of them. Yeah, there we go. See, I did remember that when they spit flames like that, that means that they're either dropping a really sick rap album or they're targeting your partner who's in the back. There we go. Pretty sure it's one of two attacks they can do, so... I could fight these things, and I did fight one of those things, but I feel like I'm just gonna end up avoiding the rest because there's like all this stuff that you get from the fucking coins, and I don't even get experience from them anymore because, you know, I've already hit the level cap. I'm just gonna try to walk off past them now. I guess by extension you could say the same thing about basically everything, all the optional encounters in Bowser's Castle. I will still try to do a good number of them if only so that I can actually get the titles like I said. Alright, but since we're basically going up there now, let's go to the shop. This isn't the shop, hold on. There should be a shop around here. Could stop at the not Toad House and get back our 1 point of health that we didn't use, but let's get rid of the mystery. There's literally no point in having a mystery. Is there anything else that we want to actually get rid of? I don't know. Like, what does a hot shroom do? 15 HP, and that's not really that great. I don't know if I'm gonna be using the strange cake either. Hold on. Before we get rid of anything else, actually, let's see, can we check any more items? Nope. Item check is full. Is there anything that we would want to carry with us? Let's see. What the crap we actually have here? We have 2 repel gels and reserve. We're gonna need basically all the repel gels to fight the final... Well, not the final boss, but the final super boss, I guess. As you can see, there's 3 super bosses in the game. There's Can't See Koopa, there's the Master, and then there's the one that we haven't done yet. So we have 3 repel gels, alright. I think we should probably sell off the hot shroom, I don't know. Or the super shroom, since we technically have a way better health recovery stuff at this point. I think we're gonna sell off the super shroom actually, since we can literally just buy another one back there. And I think I want to get rid of the strange cake. I think I'm gonna leave that in the item check, but first we need to take something else out of the item check so we can get rid of it. I like that we got one Waka Bump in the game and we never actually did anything with it. Just gonna sit there forever. But we can at least say that we got one. Maple syrup. Missile. Super soda. I'm pretty sure super soda is also pretty useless at this point, so go ahead and sell that too, and then we can get rid of the strange cake, not by selling it, but by leaving it there. And we'll take out the other repel gels that we got, which is basically all the repel gels you can get guaranteed in the game. We have 5 of them in reserve. That's not overkill. So we have room for one more thing. I don't know if I'm gonna really need any of this stuff, other stuff I'm carrying around, but do have the repel gels ready and standby for when we get there. To that their fight that I'm anticipating. I feel like I'm gonna have to actually change up my batch setup slightly when the time comes to actually deal with that, so I can actually optimize it as much as possible. But hey, I have 5 repel gels and a bunch of other stuff, so not really worried about how well that's gonna go, or as worried as I could be, I guess. I'm pretty sure I've seen people do it with way less ideal setups. Right, let's bring out Gumbaria because we're gonna have to do some tattles. Everything's shining and glittering in here. I feel like I should shield my eyes or something. Well, I guess you will have to when we actually get on this here. Ready to take off, yes. I'm pretty sure this is the actual way in which you initiate Chapter 8 here, which we didn't actually do before, but now we do. Oh boy. Look, a shooting star. That's totally what it is. Princess, come back. 3x. Do you wish for something? I hope your dreams come true, independently of what you wished for. I guess the rest of this is predictable. Wanna eat shroom cake? Wanna eat shroom cake? Well, you just need to get the ingredients for that, I mean. It's clearly not that complicated. And we just go straight in the mouth, because we could literally... But I can't really see of any reason why you couldn't just fly a bit higher and just, you know, actually land on top of Peach's castle and just skip the rest of this, but, you know, game balance. Because I can, like, wait a minute here. Okay, yeah, so we can listen to that little Easter egg one last time as we actually get to the end of the game. Even though I probably shouldn't, because I don't really want to rush this, but I might have to rush this a little bit because there's something a little later that I want to be around for that isn't this. But on that note, let's go ahead and start the thing. And realize that apparently there's multiple reserves of clown cars here. This appears to be the hangar for Bowser's vehicles. I got nothing else to say about that. So we can save again. Here we are. Bowser's Castle. Talk about your basic eerie atmosphere. I'm nervous and excited at the same time. We're heading for the final fight at last. I know we could have potentially just done this quite a bit earlier, but I think that might actually be the final badge of the game over there, the one that we need to collect to get 100% badges. But I need to... We usually can't just go in because the door's locked, so... I'm gonna have to look around for just a little bit here. we still outside the castle or what? Let's hurry through here. Okay, I see that friggin' what's his face here? Goombario is still in the hole. Fuck it. We're so late in the game that I don't really want to put too much effort into writing the descriptions mode. But here we are. This is a Koopa Patrol, who are kind of staples of the Paper Mario games, I think. They're elite Koopa soldiers. These are the highest ranked guards of Bowser's Castle. Max HP is 8, attack power is 4, defense power is 3. But you gotta notice they're filled with spikes on jump of them, unless you have the same badge that I do to protect yourself from that. Then their HP drops slow. Hold charge of power for one last ditch attack. Power of this disparate attack is 10. Also been known to go in reinforcements when they're in trouble. Don't underestimate these nasty Koopas, Mario. Also Bork Bork. And also you can literally just shot them if you're as absurdly powered up as I am, I guess. And you have the spike shield thing. And there we go. We're gonna bother too much. I guess we have to actually fight. Get the keys, though I forget about that little detail. Hey look, there's people here that we can't talk to. Like, I think I remember one other enemy that we're probably gonna be fighting in here, not ending up just more filtering, and that's terrible. That's just how I speak though, but one more enemy that we're probably gonna fight in here is the Hammer Brothers. I don't remember if they show up in the overworld or if you have to fight the Koopa Troll to initiate a Hammer Brothers fight. Let's see. And the two in Bowser's Castle is amazing. Such creative use of lava flows, just like that volcano. I'm not a designer patting himself at the back. You can cheese them even more if you do this. At this point I'm going to assume that I probably have to fight everything that I see, or it would be prudent to fight everything that I see. And hey look, it's a Zebra Shroom. I guess we have room for one more thing, but only one more. Yep. Now we don't have room for anything else, so I guess if we get another item... Yep. If we get another... Oh shit, there's 3 of them. I mean... Wow, there's 3 of them. We must be in trouble. Guess we don't need Goombario anymore for this. Guess we can go with what? Sure that. Oh shit. Well, you get to see one of their movies when they actually call in reinforcements. There you go. And if I still cared about getting Star Point at this point, that would actually be a boon, but it's quite the opposite, you see. Oh shit. Well, I think we can actually destroy both of them in one turn. Or not, because... fuck. I guess at that point they didn't actually flip over anymore, but... oh, damn it. Well, that was doubly... disgusting. I guess this is gonna be my excuse to use up the Super's Mushroom that I just got as a drop. Let's get out of this. And hopefully get another one, but I guess not. Let's go ahead and chomp that. Better stuff in reserve anyway, like I said, but I'm gonna take one more look at my badges now, actually. Let's see, like I said, I think I'm gonna be using Mega Smash yet. I think I'm pretty much saving that for the actual, you know, squad boss. So maybe something else I could equip is like, can I equip the Heart Finder thing with 3, or do I need more? I really need more. Oh no, I can make it with 3. There you go. It's kind of a thing to try to make it so that I have more health in reserve. I'm gonna try to actually... oh fuck. Actually avoid confrontation here, but apparently that's not gonna happen. Oh fuck it, let's you know what, sure. Let's do the thing that'll probably end up cancelling out a bunch of stuff, and you don't get experience for this, but experience is literally not existent at this point, so I hope it works. Maybe it just won't. Oh no, it does. Okay. Okay, there's a hammer bro up ahead. Yeah, but I want this heart, and I don't want to get into a fight with that guy though. Alright, so there's another hammer. There's a new enemy up ahead basically, so let's prepare for that and realize that they're not gonna be approaching the same way. Probably a good idea. These are the Hammer Brothers. You've seen these punks before, haven't you? Yeah. Well, basically the reason I could never finish Mario 1 when I was a kid, but... HP's 12 attack power is 5 defense power of 1. If it hits you, you'll get shrunk in a wink. When Hammer Brothers get desperate, they'll hurl a ton of hammers, so watch it. Guys have been a pain for ages, so let's give him an old-fashioned whooping. Always are not to be underestimated. Well, let's see. How much if I try to jump on one of them and within one round of my current... Oh, not much. Okay, so you just spam the button when they do that. I don't really understand how they would... how else you would handle that, but... Well, I spammed the button and didn't really help that much. Oh well. Well, we got one heart thanks to the Heart Finder. To cover the whole Wii Bowser's Castle, I almost forgot to do that. Doesn't look like there's any enemies in here, so please just keep going and don't use the title function, is basically what it's saying. Boy. Welcome, Worm. We call the guard door of Bowser's Castle. It's my job to keep suspicious types from entering. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this isn't what we're on the lookout for. That's further ahead. You must be Mario, let me guess. Do you want to go through here? You want to get to the other side of this wall, right? Sure. Okay then, stand in front of me. Also, look at the size of that stone Bowser base. He's pretty scary looking. He gives me the creeps, that's all we have to say though. You're standing squarely in front of me, then I'll let you go through. Or do that. And hey, we get a free heal down here, so there we go. You fell for it, Worm. Never escape from that impenetrable prison. Try what you like, even though you can literally see a crack in the wall right from this camera space. If you make it back up here, I'll let you go through. How's that? I know you'll never make it. Hope you have a good time shaking and crying down there. Oh, there's other people here, so let's see. This is the Toad Minister. One day I'd love to be invited to a castle party. Well, Mario, you came at long last and you're trapped down here. There's Peaches who knows where, and her beautiful castle is being run off or run by Bowser's horrid staff of rejects. Boy, that's Toad roast. Nothing fills me with more joy than serving this castle with my heart and soul, but right now there's nothing I can do. So please get us out of here now, because, you know, we can't do crap. Not even this guy. Was captured in the takeover. That must have been a pretty bad scene. Looks like he's recovering. Oh. This wouldn't have happened if we let him keep his spear, though, which is interesting. Wouldn't have happened if we'd had better defenses. I shouldn't wonder that, you know, Peach keeps getting kidnapped. Apparently the friggin' Toad guards only have spears with wooden, I guess, a flint tip or something. An interesting thing to consider. There's so much Mario lore in this game, I'm telling you. But so it's been captured, it looks like he's alright. I don't know where he worked in Peach's castle. Maybe find out. Still can't believe that little Peach's castle was kidnapped during the party. I know it was just a means to catch Princess Peach, but still, only an evil fiend like Bowser would do something like that. Please make him pay out of this mess. And then we see the fix. He's still worrying about Princess Peach. What a brave soul. You've come to save us. Just knew you would. All the Toads in here used to work in Peach's castle. The princess isn't with us. Thinks you must begin to find somewhere else. Saving Princess Peach is the only thing that matters. So they basically don't really help you at all, but it's pretty obvious, like I said, what you actually have to do down here. It's an underground prison cell. Are you sure you can find a way back to where we were before? Well, not quite through the same route, but I can do this. I'm sure this is the same cell that we were looking at before from the outside. There you go. These are okay to break these walls and materials weak. These are much easier than the walls of Cooper Brothers Fortress, really. Really lucky you have me along, aren't you? You know, speaking of the lore, I think if you actually do titles of the, or just get information about the... Hold on a second. Oh, the fortress. Oh, you can get a free tasty tonic there. It's fucking useless though. Oh, but this isn't useless though. Throwing this crap away. It's actually probably a good idea to have at least one of those life shrooms during the thing that I'm preparing for. And I'm kind of going to consider which of these would be the best thing to get rid of. Probably the lemon candy. Thing to get rid of to make room for other stuff. If I end up getting something better. What would that be though? That's the question. Okay, we've already gotten the title for this room because it's technically the same one we were in before, I'm pretty sure. Oh boy. Bing bong. Silverine. Hey, Redbear. Wonder where all this lava comes from. Don't you think it's odd? It's actually, yeah. Where does this lava come from? I get the feeling that there's been other nudges like that where it's like, yeah, this is a cool design, but does it actually make sense? That maybe I didn't get. Also, G-Wolf, hey, Mega G-Wolf emotes. Probably should try to look into Mega G-Wolf again. It's kind of been a while since I looked into his stuff. But here we got lava, lava, lava. There's such a thing as too much lava, that's for sure. Are you alright in this heat? Where's the lava go when presumably runs off the floating island? I don't know. It's one thing that's never really addressed, is it? But, oh well. This adventure has just been one extreme or the other. Also, I guess we can reach this with... What's his face down here? Just about. Oh, there we go. I very, very vaguely remember this part of the game, and I don't think there's gonna be, like any enemy encounters down here. Or at least nowhere near, I think we already kind of figured that there are nowhere near as many as in pretty much every other place, if any at all, but oh boy. Time for some big brain moves, I guess. Pretty sure that we're not going to be able to reach that this way, and I don't think we can reach that. No, we can't reach that by jumping down here. Never mind. It really was as simple as that. Can we get back over there by jumping? We cannot. Oh. Well, this could be a problem. Well, maybe we can. Maybe I just screwed up. Hold on. I gotta be honest, I don't really see any other way back over there. At this time. It's kind of really hard to tell. Not just because of the graphics, because of the angle and the lighting. Oh, there we go. Hold on a second, let me try it. Just in case I'm missing something really obvious here. Am I missing something, an alternative route that I could have used? No, okay. For a second there I thought that maybe, just maybe, it's gonna be some BS, like, hey, you bring out what, and then you find some hidden blocks that you can use to, like, create a path across that are really unintuitive, like everything else that you use what for, but I guess not. It's really just timing. And I think we need to use Paracari to get across these last few gaps, but at this point I don't want to, like, have to fall and start all over. Oh boy, another room. How do we go now? On the way to cross the lava is to have somebody carry us. If we could find a way to cool the lava off, we would probably walk on it, though. Anyway, up to pass through a lava flow, we can have Bo hide us from danger. Alright, so we're getting hints for parts of the puzzle of getting across this room that we haven't actually done yet. Oh, I think I just hit me that you're probably just supposed to do this, and that's like the much easier way of getting across, or at least, yeah, there we go. Actually get over the lava that way, and I get the feeling, well, I shouldn't actually come back down here, because I'm pretty sure the only way to get up on this platform is to, you know, do the jumps that I was doing before with Parakarry and junk, but I'm pretty sure that doing this, having fucking Lucky Lister carry you, is the actual intended way to get back to the to firm ground from the platform that you jump down onto, or maybe just to get onto that platform in the first place. I guess I just did mad speedrun tactics without meaning to. Also, hello, Lucy for Rose 13. How's it going? Let's see. This is pretty much just a combination of... well, it occurs to me that we can go in here. I think we saw a place like this before in the previous room, and it just didn't occur to me that we could do this. Do we want to do this right now, though? I guess that's the real question. What if we try to go to the right side of the other room? Can we actually go there? No, we can't, because there's a... That's right. I guess we have to go this way. I'm gonna have to remind myself that there's another passageway like this in the previous room that I just forgot to check. Or just wasn't aware that I could check at the moment. There's the source of the lava. It's miserably hot when it's flowing. It's not so bad when it's cooled off, though. But now that we're on solid ground, we might actually have something to deal with here, as we can see. We don't quite have full health, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be okay. Hold on. I want to say that we already got all the tattles for, like, all the Magikoopa types, but just in case. Oh. There we go. Mario is right there. Now what were we supposed to do in this situation? Kamikoopa told us something, but I'm drawing a total blank. He told us not to let him touch that switch. That means we have to fight him. Oh, he'll wipe the floor with us all. Stop your belly aching. Who says we should be afraid of Mario? He's not so bad. Whatever happens, we can't let him push this switch. Don't you care that King Bowser needs our help? Take this, plumber, show him what you're made of. Or take this, plumber. As in, you, the Koopa Trolls, take the plumber. I don't know, but hey, it's apparently we haven't tattled this guy for some reason, even though we fought a Magikoopa very early on in the game, and I'm pretty sure we tattled that guy. Okay. Magikoopas are the elite magicians of the Koopa clan. Which HP is 11, attack power is 6, defense power is 0. Magical attacks pack a serious punch. We know many nasty spells. We better beat them before they can do anything crazy. I guess we should probably just take that guy out first and then... I don't know... Star power tactics on the rest of them. Oh, shit. Especially since we got full party of them now. Oh, what shall we do? I guess we can, I don't know, hit them with timeout or chill out or something. Maybe lullaby would even work. Let's hit them with timeout. Like, I'm pretty sure both timeout and lullaby should in theory have the same effect, but... Like, at this point there's gotta be a reason why one of them costs only 1 point and the other one doesn't, right? Oh, there we go. Well, we can't do anything to that guy with Goombario, so I guess we'll fix the watch. And of course we'll take care of that guy first. Just kind of work on the rest of these in sequence. There we go, they didn't even leave anything. Then bring Goombario back out, I don't know if, oh, it's a switch, you can literally just tattle the switch. Oh, there we go. Pretty sure the switch is exactly what we need to actually remove the lava as an obstacle there. So does he say anything different after we did that, I guess? What do we know? It's like, looks like the lava cooled off. Looks like it hardened enough to walk on too. Moon area. Okay, so it still says the same thing even when the lava's gone. That's unfortunate. There we go, it just hardens instantly. So now that we've taken care of that, I think... Yes, we can just go back and check again on the thing that we were missing. Hold on, there's a little thing in the wall here. Does that mean that we can do this, or... Is it just there to show that it's a thing for the lava to travel from one room to another, I guess? That is still gonna give the same descriptions of all these other rooms. Now we're cooking. I mean, now we're not cooking. It's still hot, but not, you know, burning hot. Okay, there we go. So at least that one changed. And there's a Thunder Rage and a freaking... Something under this thing. Hold on. Is there maybe a secret down there? Right, nope. Just shows that there's a space under this platform that doesn't actually let you do anything with it. That's strange, but yeah, but it's right, I don't want a Thunder Rage or a Mystery. They're pretty much frivolities at this point. Okay, the newly hardened lava is not exactly something that your average Goomba gets to experience. Okay, nothing more to say about that though. You should take a picture, it'll last longer. Here we go. Could have gone in here before, but I... for some reason just wasn't aware that you could do that, so... We got the castle key. And with the castle key, I think we can either just... I think we can go back to the... like, if we go all the way to the left. I think we can go all the way back to the actual entrance of the castle this way. Yeah, we can just... come back up there, thankfully. Also something down here, I don't know if that'll make any kind of a difference. No, I guess not. Maybe you can, hold on. You can get down here, and then... No, maybe this is how you get to the... like the badge that we were missing. There's this cell that I guess we were trapped in before. But sure this should connect all the way back to the entrance, and it does. So we have to go all the way down here to actually get this thing, which is the final badge of the game. Focus. And with that we have a 100% badge completion, I guess. I don't think you can actually get down to where the rest of this stuff is from here, though. Or can you? I might as well try. Nope. Pretty sure that this key that we just picked up, we're not supposed to use it on the main door there. We're supposed to use it somewhere else. Like the other locked door that we saw. In the actual lava passages. Like, maybe it's possible, but... I don't really feel like spending time trying to figure out how to, do crazy sequence breaks right now. Let's see, we can also grab whatever's in here, but I get the feeling that we're not gonna... no, we are gonna want it. It's another life shroom. I guess at this point we'll get rid of the... get rid of the... I don't know, one of these... these two, I think. Probably lemon candy. Yeah. He's far away in the opposite direction of where we're going there. Okay, no, I'm pretty sure at this point we're just going all the way back over to the right so we can find that locked door. Actually, hold on, we didn't get a read of this room, did we? Well, we can't leave without doing that. There's a treasure chest, things are looking up, the lava has even cooled. I don't even know if it's... I don't even think it's possible to get a read of that room before you cool down the lava. Which Which makes me wonder, what would happen if you tried to do that before you cool down the lava? If you were somehow able to, like, I don't know, manipulate stuff so that you end up on the platform before the lava's cooled down. Would it be the same message, or would it actually try to read something different? To wonder. Oh, there we go. There's probably someone out there that knows, but that's not me. It seems to be a cave area below the castle. It's so dark. Must have had problems setting up lights down here with a paint for us. And yet I don't think I saw any lights in the place we were in before, but apparently that, I don't know, maybe it. I don't think I missed anything. I'm sure that they just didn't have them, and that still didn't stop them from, or stop us from being able to see quite well down there. Like, even after the lava was gone, I guess you could say the lava was a light source when it was there, but it's not there anymore. Also, we got new enemies, so let's try to get the drop on them with Gumbario out. And there we go. Complete shot in the dark. Oh shit, we can't even see them. Sadly, that it's impossible to get a title on those. That sucks. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure I know what we're gonna find out what those things are called. Bony beetle, right. I get a feeling that I already found something like that, or an area like that, where it's like, if you don't have Whiteout as your partner, you can't see shit. Let's see, if I go to, like, the wiki. Look at Paper Mario. They're seen, blah blah blah. I guess they don't have a title. Or they do have a title. How the fuck do you see that? Do you have to, like, equip a badge? I might have to do that if I'm actually trying to get all the titles here. I'll look into it, but for now I guess we'll just continue this. And swap emote, oh boy. You know, a fun thing that I'm pretty sure happened recently is, well, semi-recently, I don't remember exactly how long ago, but like someone in the Discord server asked for jazz hands or something, and that led a bunch of people there to realize how many of their emotes are basically just about doing things with their hands up. There we go. Unsurprisingly or surprisingly enough, they're no problem. There we go. We could have used that to, like, top ourselves up, but it doesn't matter. Hold on. Is there, like, a badge I can use to generate light or something? Or peekaboo dodgeman? I don't think that's gonna help. Any of these are gonna help. I don't think any of these are gonna help. How the fuck do you get the title for the bony beetles? Hold on. Maybe there's, like, another place that's not completely in the dark that you can find them in, and that's how you get the title. Just have to keep going and find out. Parakarry, that's what we need. Where shall we go? I could go down the bottom path here or get stuck in the corner geometry. See how they have more than... Oh, Christ. More than 5 HP, that's kind of troublesome. Yeah, between 5 and 8 HP, I guess. Assume that much right now. Oh gee, I sure hope I get a reasonable amount of hearts from this. Guess I'll take that. You know, that's still a net loss. There might be something all the way up on the top platform, I don't know. First, let's see. Okay, there's nothing down there if we go the middle path. I'm pretty sure that's how we keep going, but... if we go up here instead, but I get the feeling there's gonna be like a hidden block here. Well, not hidden, I guess, but a fucking power block. Yep, fuck that. You don't need this. Okay, there we go. We're out of that screen. We still need to use what? But is that one slew of bony beetles dealt with? Let's see what the title is for the screen. Seems to be a cave. Are we below the castle? It's the same, or not? At least at first boxes. But then, how long can this darkness possibly last? Okay. Ooh. There we go. Let's go ahead and deal with this fucker first. And maybe this way we'll get a few extra hearts and actually get a net gain of health for once. There we go, 3 hearts, I'll take that. Oh boy, another split in the path, which might be the exact same geometry that we saw before. What happens if we try to go this way? Pretty sure I was above him at that point, but alright. Oh, there we go, our fucking arcade that we had before. Doesn't exist anymore. Oh, there we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say maybe we should have killed the bony beetle first, just because that had more potential to damage us with the spikes out, but then I guess we forced him to retract and he didn't anymore. Seriously, no. I can't believe we're basically going through the entire fight without basically getting any damage yet. Until that happened. He hadn't done that if he had like tried to summon somebody else or just charged up his super attack, which he can do in the same turn, then that would have been flawless, but oh well. That was a net loss of health. That sucks. Boy, what's in this one? Green star. Unfortunately, we don't really want this right now. Besides, we basically have a substitute for that in the star power. I'm pretty sure we have a few of those also, like on reserve in the item check if we really want that, but I think we're going to want that. Just now. It's kind of making me wish that I had cleaned up my inventory a little more before I came here, though. Oh no, it's a guy that I guess I'm supposed or forced to assume has all the same kind of abilities as the rest of the other colored Magikoopas that we saw. But oh, still standing up. Guess we'll hit this guy first. And we can also find out if this guy has more than 6 health. I hope he doesn't. He does have more than 6 health. Now we got 1 single heart for that. Oh man, alright, we get another dead end here. It looks like the middle path is also a dead end, but if we go down the top path we can fall down to where that that thing is. Or maybe create some kind of hole in the ground that we can use to get where that thing is, or jump across here, and we do jump across here. What is down this path? It's just more terrible things like those. I guess we'll find that out first, and then we will try to figure out whether or not the well, basically whether we want to stay on the top path or if we want to hold down and hit that spring down in the drop instead. And there we go, that was tactics. That was smart maneuvering. Yeah, we keep going down this path, that's just a top path. Where do we end up? Is there like a... no, it's just like a dead end. There's literally no point in coming here. Because we have to fall down. Because if we jump here, it just takes us to the other side, but we don't want to go to the other side. Oh shit. I had no idea that magic Koopas existed in the field like that. Oh boy, this could be bad. Tempted to try this, but I get the feeling that... I don't know, let's try timeout again. Wonder if that'll affect the magic Koopas, since I'm pretty sure the one magic Koopa in the previous fight that we tried it in was already dead by the time we did that. Okay, there we go. I'll take that. Oh, it affects him less, that's interesting. Alright, we'll take care of the magic Koopas first. There we go. Well, that could have gone worse. Okay, looks like we're coming back up on not terrible ground again. Let's see, let me get another read on this screen out here to see if it's the same one that I already seen. And here we are. We're back inside Bowser's Castle. There's a stone pedestal with Bowser's face carved on it. Or taste, what an egomaniac. Push that thing, what do you think will happen? Well, I don't know, but I guess we're gonna have to find out. Push it what way? I guess we approach from the left or the right. I guess we have to push it to the left. I don't know, if it just opens that up, we can just open it either way, I think. Or push it in either direction and we get the same result. There we go. You came back. You escaped from that underground jail. There was no way you could escape. Or of all the dirty tricks. I guess I have to keep my word you can go through. I don't think I'll forget this, so that just happens. Just lets you through, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more like that, and one of them is gonna hold the big ol' encounter that I'm preparing for. Wonder where it leads. You have to hurry. We should also be careful. This big fancy blue carpet hole. And there's a few different places you can go, as you can see. Stairs aren't lighted very well, are they? Wonder how deep below ground they go. Should we look into some ambient lighting? We can try to go that way, or we can check up here. Should be a few different directions we can head in here. Hey, it's an actual storage room for Bowser's Castle. Looks like one of his subjects is selling his stuff. Who are you, man? I don't know your face. Maybe you're Mario, huh? Just joking. When we go to this warehouse, I'm really bored, man. You got any coins? I'll sell you stuff. Oh, you're loaded, man. Look around, I'll sell anything you see. Okay, so he doesn't actually... Oh, there we go. Let's just read this first. One of Bowser's followers, he got bored guarding the storage room and decided to start selling stuff. His job must have been really boring, I can imagine. I wonder though, but if someone found out that he sold stuff to Mario, he'd be punished big time. Maybe he doesn't know who you are though. Yeah, you can actually just buy stuff from him. He's kind of overpriced, but what do you expect at this point? Does he say anything else, but... This is the storehouse of Bowser's Castle. Oh, never mind. I say it doesn't look like you could actually access the item check from here, but apparently you can. That's interesting. Don't tell King Bowser about any of this. I guess I could check a couple of the other stuff that I have, like honey candy or the yummy meal, or I'm gonna check the honey candy. So there you go. There's an actual shop in the castle, I did remember that. Apparently it's fully functional, you can just access whatever you want from there. I know it would make sense if it didn't actually let you access the item check. Covered hallway, I can summon the decoration in towards pure Bowser. There are colors and drop lighting. What terrible taste. Hey, fuck you, Goomba, you actually like those colors. I think it's quite... It's pretty muted, but quite tasteful as far as I'm freaking concerned. I wouldn't mind a decor like this, but I'll see what's down this way first, because I think we do have to keep going up. Here's a prison cell where toads are being held. You know, there are toads here on beds. It's kind of like a toad house. Wink, wink. Do you think that I'm just an incurable optimist? Well, what's wrong with that? I think we're gonna have to beat up this guy here to, be the toads, and then we can actually use this toad house. I should have... I was gonna say I should have, not had Mario out for this, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oops. Just the one guy. Got prison key. And here we are. Toad's been captured. Somehow he's been able to set up a toad house here. How lucky for us. One of the captured toad soldiers, these guys are counting on you. Let's not let them down. This toad's been captured. He must have been scared to be captured, but he looks like he's all in one piece. Anadryite came to the party and was dragged into this mess. He seems to be really cold. He must miss the desert. I don't know, I probably wouldn't. I mean, I'm from a warmer climate and I freaking hate the warmer climate, so... You can't generalize that. We have to defeat Bowser as fast as we can and get all these brave folks back home. I'm all the way from Dry Desert to Princess Peach's party, and look what happens. Some lean parties, but that was ridiculous. I want to go back to the desert as soon as possible. We were safe. We all got captured before we knew what was happening. A few people at the party were able to get away, but they cut most of us. Wonder where Princess Peach, the Minister, and all the other guests are. Well, I know where some of those people are. Your main goal is to save the princess, and she must be doing okay holding on to the belief that you'll come. These soldiers should have broken out to save her by now, but it's taking all our efforts just to protect the prisoners, for shame. And this guy, psst, psst. The Toad House slogan is refresh your body and soul. This isn't a real Toad House, but you can take a quick nap here if you feel like it, sure. There are difficult times, please rest well. And well, if this works the same way as a Toad House, I guess you can actually get your star power back. And you do, there we go. We're fully decked out again. Alright. Oh shit. Oh, I guess we can immediately figure out what's in this direction. Yeah, I don't really want to bother with these encounters at this point, honestly. We've already tackled all those enemies and we can't get any more experience from them, so screw it. I'm sure Bowser is gonna be surprised. I'm sure he'd never believe that we could make it this far. Can't wait to see the expression on his face. Well, I mean, how many times has that happened by that point? Yeah, you'll never make it, but then he makes it. I'll bet we're about 3 times bigger. We can just blow all these walls up. It would certainly let us move through these areas a lot faster, but that's probably not a good idea. It would be far too dangerous. Or would it? Pretty sure I can... Well, I don't know if I can think of, but I'm pretty sure there's at least a few examples where freaking Bowser's castle is just straight up blown to hell. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we're actually going to be filling up this whole place with water. Well, this means we can drown the enemies that we walked past in the other room. Clearly it does. Yes, it's not really that surprising, but I feel that as many times as I've actually done playthroughs of this game, I always, whenever I come back to this specific kind of area, the Bowser's Castle puzzles, I can never remember specifically what it's about, but well, since this is the very end of the game, what's back here? Nothing. Oh, damn it. Let's pick it up on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I also feel that way about the final dungeon in Super Mario Thousand Year Door. Never remember anything specific about it. If I like do a new playthrough and get back to that point. Even though I can remember pretty much, I don't know if I'm gonna say all, but so many of the other areas, like Chapter 6 in both games, I feel it's pretty familiar territory, but after that it's the cutoff point for some reason. Boy, where shall we go with more water, more water, more water? Don't remember if this plank of wood was here before. It probably was. You know, it's was to tip you off that yes, we're gonna have to do this again. Here we go. Take us all the way up here so we can grab that key. Oh, we're gonna have to retrace our steps just so that we can drain the water again, I guess. It's not so, it's not quite as cash money. That stone block just makes me paranoid that there's gonna be like hidden... Oh my fucking god, are you serious? How about that? Just the fucking maple syrup, who cares? Probably gonna throw that away soon. I guess that means that that's probably a good indication that there's gonna be some kind of secret block nearby if you see one of those stone blocks or brick blocks. What have you. Guess I should bear that in mind if I ever make yet another, even more 100% playthrough of this game. Where it's like, not only am I gonna do all the shit that I did in this playthrough, but also I'm gonna get it all the hidden blocks that are hidden throughout the land. I feel like that would be torture at that point. But I mean, you already have to look for all the. If you want to do the level of 100% that I did for this split, you already have to look for all the friggin' hidden panels with the star pieces. So I feel like maybe it wouldn't be that different. Obviously, I'm not gonna find out right now. Like, what I could do is just literally go back to the entire game on this file and find all the blocks that way if I really wanted to, but nah. I'm very okay with what I've managed so far. Okay, what new title do we have for this room? Oh shit, somewhere inside Bowser's castle. This hall is quite large. Are those bombshell builds, the regular bullet builds, but with like the gold coating? I think they are. Looks well fortified. I wonder if there's anything good around here. An attack item, maybe. Question mark. Boy. Those things, yeah, they kind of come quick, don't they? Oh shit. They actually hit really, well, not really hard, but they hit. Damn it, why did I do that? I wanted to tattle. Or whatever. Plenty more opportunity to tell these fuckers and venture on our way to the actual encounter here. There we go. BBL Blaster, which is Bombshell Build Blaster. Here comes some string of Bombshell Builds. Max HP is 10 defense powers before they won't attack you directly, they're pretty resilient. I have to keep attacking them though, otherwise the air will be filled with Bombshell Builds, nobody wants that. We can work on them one at a time, but we also need to scan or tattle one of the Bombshell Builds, so go ahead and use another turn for that, I guess. This is a Bombshell Build. They have such beautiful gold casings. Of course, if you sit and admire them, you'll get hit. Max HP is 3 attack power, 6, no defense power though. Pay attention to their HP because their explosions get bigger as their HP drops. Oh, no kidding. Take them out before they get near us. So, I mean, I can't really think of any reason why you wouldn't be able to just kill them in one hit at this point, though. Any run. I guess we can at least take out one of them. It's really the only way. I guess I'll switch to bot because you know I need to get through the defense. It does seem to be a pretty consistently good choice to rely on at this stage. What? We get a bunch of high defense enemies. In the end, we didn't even need to do that. Oh well, it was a nice thought. Still wondering how the fuck you get the Bony Beetle's title, because apparently it exists according to the wiki, but and it doesn't look like you can get it. Oh shit! By just getting it in the Dark Cave area. Alright, this should be pretty simple now that we have all the titles out of the way. You know what? I will do this. Fuck. Or whatever, we can still avoid damage. I wanted to see how much, I guess it's 5, but we also do 5 damage with the hammer, right? At this point. Hey look, we told ourselves off health. Ain't that something? Oh fuck. I wasn't expecting the next round of those things to be synced. Alright, don't screw it up this time, please. There you go. locked ourselves up, and then immediately that happened. Yep. They're all synced. What the fuck? There's like 2 more sets of them. I thought there was gonna be 3 at the most. Oh fuck, there's another one. Oh. You know what? We'll deal with this like this. We'll take this guy out first, then we'll kill the Koopa Troll, and then we'll take out the other one. And we can avoid damage this way. Or at least for the most part. We already got hit once. And there we go. Okay, I wonder if we can make it past the last one, or at least I would like to assume to be the last one. Without... oh fuck. Well, that happened a little too early. Without this happening, basically. Full health. I suppose it's not impossible, but... odds are a little bit against us from that. Oh shit. Now, I think at this point it'd be prudent to actually target this fucker first. I don't know what he's gonna do. Yes, we can take these out pretty easily. Just one turn. Doing that, and then the next turn the blasters aren't going to attack. It's like their cooldown turn. We can advance this further. There we go. Let's see if we get some hearts out of that. This 2 is what we need. Yeah, there we go. Actually get lots of hearts out of that when we have, you know, the heart finder thing up, at least. That's very nice. How much Bowser's Castle is? Oh, it's quite large. Also looks well fortified. I wonder if there's anything good around here. You know, I guess, I'm gonna say I didn't see anything on my way up, but... maybe that's a bit of a wink wink nudge nudge that you should do this. Crap. Look for something. I guess we can at least find out. We don't really have any, well, I don't think we have room for any more items at this point, do we? A 5 repel gels, right, okay, I'm pretty sure we don't have any room for anything else. But if we do find something better, we could always just throw away the maple syrup. It sounds like we're gonna use that. I see no attack item here. I don't know why the fuck Gumari was talking about an attack item. Not even any hidden blocks around here. Maybe that was just like a poorly translated comment on the blasters. We're supposed to be talking about those. Would make some degree of sense, I guess. See, oh shit. Look at all these carvings of Bowser's ugly mug. It's really shameless. I guess he thinks it's cool. Incidentally, about those stone pedestals, some move and some don't, so check them all out. Alright, but first we're gonna have to fucking... yeah, reading on dry bones here, hopes, and also find a secret block by complete accident. Maybe you're supposed to find it just because it's right on top of where the bad guy spawns, but... this is a dry bones. Dry bones are skeletal remains from Koopa Troopas, who I've kind of forgot were in this game. Actually, space 8 attack power is 4, defense power is 2. How do they have any defense power? But when you think they're beat, these guys rise back up and attack again. You don't have to beat them all at once. Or you could use fire attacks if they become ashes. There's no way they'll recover. Okay. Do they recover in a single turn? Or does it take a while for that to happen? Okay. It takes at least a couple turns for them to actually recover, so there you go. You can kind of cheese them this way. Although there's a couple of those blocks, I guess. I'll really leave that guy for last, because I get the feeling that he'll recover if we don't already have everything else beat. Or at least, you know, try with the other ones first. Oh yeah, Priya's defense, I forgot about that little detail. Oh fuck. Oh, that's not good. Guess we should change our partner. Sake. Well, that guy's definitely my target now. There we go. So it all need to be dead, or they need to be dead and be the last thing that's on the field. Good count. Yeah, super shroom. I don't think we want that though. If you actually have a... we don't have full health, but it's close enough. It's like whatever. Let's throw away the maple syrup and eat the super shroom and then keep the maple syrup, I guess. Let's do optimal item usage here instead, I suppose. Oh, so what's in here? Oh, yeah, literally doesn't even... let's throw away the maple syrup, I think, or maple syrup. I think that okay, that one moves. I guess we need to move one of them. That's why you get told about these things being movable. I'm sure we're gonna get more use out of the shroom than we are the maple syrup at this point. And what do we got here? This corridor has much lower ceilings. Guess I'd gotten used to really high ceilings. Traveling through this place. Oh boy. It's another big face door, or maybe not. If you don't know by now, some of these bus pedestals can be pushed and others can't. In many cases you can push them from either the right or left sides. I wonder where I heard that. Also, here's another one of these things, so I guess this is how we get their title. I can actually... there we go. Oh fuck. Well, this is an unfortunate matchup, but at least we're gonna actually get this. The bony beetle, they're bony bossy beetles, that's the name. Crit piece 8. Oh fuck. Attack power is 3, defense power is 4, it's tough to damage them. When their spikes are out, their attack power is 5. When they retract their spikes, take the opportunity to flip them over. After that, beating them will be a breeze. Well, it doesn't really tell you that you need to damage them to make them alternate between having their spikes out or not. That's good information, you know, but let's see. I guess we're gonna kill this guy first and then... Squin Barrier can flip over that guy. Serious? You know, but you can still target those guys, I guess, if you want to hit them with fire or something. While they're still down. There we go. At least the Heartfinder badge was a good idea. For conserving health. Alright, so... this one moves. Let's take a look at what else is in the room, though. Oh, there we go. I think we're coming up on the thing that I've been preparing for. Let's save for sure. Pretty sure we have the... We're not gonna need the tattle. Probably gonna have Bow out as our partner. Oh, we actually get a thing here to recover if we need to, which I suppose it's why you would. Or you would want to. Hold on. We're gonna have to go a little bit further before we are able to open that door though. There we go. Here's a hidden passage. It's a bit dark, huh? Alright, I can sense that something good's in here. Also a heart symbol. That's a bit creepy out of nowhere, but... These bouncer pedestals can push others can't in many places, many cases, blah blah blah. Basically saying the same thing the third time in a row. Oh, that's already open though. Oh, okay, that's just a hammer, bro. I'm pretty sure the only enemy type that you... It's kind of similar to the hammer bro that you fight in this game is the hammer bro itself. Pretty sure in the second game and maybe some of the other ones you get more variations like the fire bro. But not in this one. Well, I still haven't been shrunk by the hammer, so... I think it's just something that screws up your attack power or something else. I think it's your attack power. Probably... Okay, never mind, we're not actually able to hit one of these dudes and kill them in one turn with Mario currently. Ooh. But we come pretty close. And now it's pretty much over. I would probably try to play it a little more conservatively, but I know that there's a recovery block like right in the other room, so I can just get these. Forget about that. Okay, so that one's already open. Can we open up one of the other ones? By the looks of it. We're not like going in a loop here, are we? That would be a little weird. Where does this one go? Hidden passage. This one doesn't seem to be hiding anything interesting, unlike the other one, I guess. But that's the good thing. He was talking about the other one, the heart block that was in there. Oh, nothing. This room's just a dead end. How worthless. Let's go back to the room where the pedestals are and check them out. Is there like a puzzle here that we have to solve, maybe, that I forgot about? It's here another part of this, or something else in this part of the game that I just completely don't remember at all from previous times that I beat it. Okay, so... have to go back here, or do we have to muck around with the pedestals in the... Okay, so we can close that one. One leads to... Can we ever open one at a time? Is that it? Maybe? That one leads to the corridor with the hard block. I guess we're gonna open it up again, because it doesn't look like anything else opens in this room. Okay, I guess we close this one. I guess we close this one. Oh, I see. That's why it was open to begin with. What do we have to say about this corridor? This hidden passage looks promising, doesn't it? It must lead somewhere. Hope we're going in the right direction. I feel kind of disoriented. Here we are. We've certainly seen many kinds of treasure in our adventures, haven't we, Mario? One that I would value above all others, so I would keep it in the safest place I know. Please give me your autograph. I'm gonna come up with that like 40 hours into this journey. It's taken us who knows how many places over and over again. Now is the time to bring that up. Alright, so pretty sure we're coming up on a big confrontation here, so let's prepare accordingly. I'm gonna bring out bow, and I'm gonna check my badges one last time. Because what do we have right now? Power plus, defend plus, damage dodge. I don't know if I'm gonna want defend plus for this one, honestly. I feel like I would be better off putting all my putting everything into attacking more. Like, let me take those off for the time being. I have 14 BP on standby. I could do double dip or triple dip. Hold on a sec, let me like reposition myself real quick. So that I am in the optimal position. Should probably invest in having a pretty lucky and lucky day. And then I'm thinking those two and then P up, D down, and I have 2 left. I wonder if I can use that for anything. Ice power? No. I think that's gonna help me in this one. Refund maybe? I don't think I want more money right now though. Sure, that's not gonna help me. None of the ones down there are gonna help me. What about I do Mega Smash? No, I need 3 for Mega. See, I think I would definitely want one of these, either Mega Smash or Mega Jump. Problem. Means I'd have to give something up now. I'm gonna get anything up. I have 2 power plus. And P down, D up, or P up, D down. It's P up, D down, actually. Shit, which of these could I actually rescind? I guess pretty lucky. Like, that's not as reliable as the rest. Let's see. Either gonna pick Mega Smash or Mega Jump. I think we're gonna go with Mega Smash, actually. Now we have 2 extra. What could I use those for? Power Bounce, maybe? I guess I could at least have that in reserve. I don't know if it's gonna be that helpful. Sure, let's go with that. Alright, here we go. Pretty sure this is the room that I'm... Go ahead and save again after we open that door. We actually need to... in here. Let's get the title for this room before we go take a step further. Again with the Bowser faces, I'm sick of looking at this ugly mug. Let's find the real Bowser and show him who's boss, and then I can meet Princess Peach. But also... let's actually prepare for this. Grow. Who would have thought you could make it this far? Won't make it any farther, because unfortunately for you, I won't let you pass. Grow. But I guess if you really want, I'll give you one chance, because I know there's no way you would make it anyway. Want to give it a shot? Sure. It is completely pointless, but I suppose I'll let you try, because of course I have such a kind and generous heart. Just joking, worms. Oh. Want to know what I've got in store for you? Sure. Go for it, little quiz. Several of my followers will come out here. Your job is to carefully keep track of their numbers and colors. This might not be exactly what I was thinking of, but I guess we'll go along with this. You have to answer my question correctly. Quite frankly, we both know that this is impossible, but if you get 5 questions right, okay. Let you go through here. No, I think this is what I'm after. We're allowed only 2 mistakes, though. So if you get 5 questions right, we make it, but if we get 3 mistakes, we don't make it. And we're gonna see how this goes. We'll likely make 3 mistakes and suffer the dire consequences. Let's get going. Okay, so there's 4 Goombas and 3 Dark Koopas. Time's up. Like 3 or 4 of them came out of the right, and 1 of them went in the middle, and 2 went in the left, I think. So let me think about this for a second, actually. There were 7 total. Yeah, I think 4 of them went... yeah, I think that makes sense. There were 3 Koopas anyway. The question must have been way too easy. Now it'll be harder. Oh, okay, so you do it with different things. Okay, there's 4 blue ones, 3 red ones, and 4 green ones. And I don't know how many went into each one, but... which were there 3 of red? But we're gonna get this one wrong, because you'll see. besides, I want to make a little thing here. Wrong. What an idiot. Durr. You'll be hating life if you make 3 mistakes, Mario. Get to the next question, shall we? There's 2 green bob-ombs, there's 2 red ones, and 4 blue ones. Who came out of the middle entrance? That was the red ones, but we're gonna say it's bob-ombs. Okay, so you do need to pay attention to that, now I know. Zzz, Pinhead. Wrong again, Worm. Something horrible will happen if you make 1 more mistake, just 1 more, or you're hanging by a thread. Now the next question. Yeah, that clearly won't happen. Boy, we got now 4 red Koopas, 1 Goomba, 3 blue ones, and 1 green one. Now, how many Goombas were there? 1. Or no? There were 2, weren't there? So I'm gonna make 3 mistakes anyway, but I hope there were 2. I want to get at least this one right. Okay, there we go. Perfect. My design has come to life on the wall. Probably nobody will understand what the joke is there, but I can only hope. Question must have been way too easy. Now it'll be harder. Boy, so there's 1 purple Koopa, 1 red Koopa, 1 Goomba, and nobody came out of the middle entrance. Koopas came out of the... I know they all went in the middle entrance at the end, but the Koopas came out of the right one. How many arms did you see just now? I'm pretty sure it's 4. Yeah, because the Koopas have arms and the Goombas don't. So we need to get 5 questions right to win this. Right. That question must have been way too easy. Now it'll be harder, so we're gonna get 1 more right. That's our aim here. Oh boy. 2 red Shy Guys, 4 red Koopas, 1 green Shy Guy, and 3 green bob-ombs. Which were there 3 of? I think it was the bob-ombs, but it doesn't really matter what how we answer here, honestly. There we go. So, okay, right answer. Arg, I can't believe you've gotten 4 questions right. Alright, enough of this. I'm gonna quit messing around and ask you a really hard one. Next question. Actually gonna be getting this one wrong, but... oh boy, there's 3 dark Koopas, 2 red Shy Guys, 2 blue Shy Guys, and 3 Goombas, so... 3, 3, 2, 2. I just saw some Koopas, actually, that's what color were their shells, they were purple, but we're gonna lie and say they were red. Because we need to live with the consequences of our errors. Yeah, hahaha, nope, that's wrong, idiot. You made 3 mistakes, too bad for you, Mario, and you made it to the highest possible number of questions that you can get asked in this sequence, I'm pretty sure. Prepare for battle, anti-Gaius unit attack. So here we go. I'll let you go through if you manage to beat them, but that's impossible. Guess you might as well try. Alright, here we go. Time for the actual hardest but what the fuck? What do you mean I don't have them scanned? Hold on. Oh, that's gonna complicate matters a little bit, but... well, let's use one of these now, I guess, and then we'll... bring out Goombario. And we'll change Goombario again. Already beat, you know, one of these guys as another optional super boss, and I guess it counted as a super boss if you fight him right then. In chapter 4. There we go. This is an anti-guy. Attacks are somewhat intense. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be exactly the same description, so I don't know why the fuck we don't just have the same title that we got from the other guy. I don't know how to go deadly guy. He's got 50 HP, 10 attack power, and attack power is 12 when he does an acrobatic attack, so dodge it. That's so easy. See, that's for real, so we better take him seriously, and yeah. I guess I could take this opportunity to, like, a little safely, try and figure out if the timeout thing is gonna work on these fuckers at all. Or something else, but yeah. I don't know, the Dinner Demon is kidnapping me. I wonder if they're gonna be vulnerable to any of this, given that this is, you know, actually the hardest fight in the game. Oh, doesn't do shit. That makes sense. Okay, that thing wore off, and we haven't even done any damage yet. This is not going too great, but we do have 5 of these, and now is the time to use them. And we're gonna switch back to bow, so we can actually start doing damage. Okay. Could do power balance, or we could do the thing that I wanted to rely on before, so... At this point I will do 14 damage, and use the fan smack, we should be able to do another 10 damage, so... If we charge it up completely, which I for a second thought I wasn't gonna be able to do to it. Guess we'll see. If we can at least beat one of them without, or ideally 2 of them before our stash of repel gel wears off, that would be great, but... I've already used more than half of those, so... I mean, I guess... Used more than half of those, and technically we haven't, done full, or taking full advantage of its effect yet, to put it one way. Okay. Hit this guy with Mega Smash and then... If we can finish him off with this turn with a normal smack, I guess we're gonna do that first and then... There we go, one of them is dead. I think, yeah, this one turned out our repel gel wears off again, but that's fine. So we have 2 more, and we've already beaten one of them, and we have 2 life shrooms on standby too, there's that too. So something tells me that we're gonna be fine, but, you know, let's not... I'm too crazy with assumptions just yet. I try not to destroy my 64 controller stick. Yeah, with the spam that you have to do that move. I don't even do it like the way that you're supposed to do it probably, but just hold it with your thumb and just jerk your thumb around. I actually changed my position so I can push it down with 2 fingers of my right hand. Which I get the feeling is even worse for the controller than the alternative, but you do what you gotta do, I guess. Alright. Looks like we're gonna be killing this guy in the next round. Maybe we'll even have 1 repel gel left over. No, I don't think we will, because the next one we use will be our last one. And we're gonna use it right now. Well, this was hardly optimized anyway, because we needed to switch around so we could get the tattle. Come on, there we go. We can kill this guy in the middle in the next round with a normal attack. And I suppose we will... I think we can kill him with a normal attack from bow, so we can use the flower points we have left to get an attack, because yeah, this should do 6 damage if I'm not mistaken. And there we go. Middle one is dead. We still haven't taken any damage yet, and then we can do the Mega Smash on this guy, which will basically wear out our... Our flower points to nothing. But I think at this point we can basically attrition at this dude. I don't even know how much damage we would do at this point, but I mean, he does a maximum of 12 damage, or 13 damage actually, because of our defense down thing, per turn, so that would take 39 plus... we can take 3 turns of abuse basically without dying. I think we're gonna do that actually. Try to attrition him. Again, we can do 14 damage to him, so now we're gonna be fine. Next turn, he's basically dead. Did it. And we even blocked his one attack that he was able to land on us. It occurs to me that maybe I could have just done the normal ass jump attack and not even like can done the same amount of damage without even using my flower points, but whatever. We did it. We beat the hardest fight in the game, and we basically only took 1 thing of damage during the entire fight. Well, we abused ridiculous stash of the most broken defense item in the game that we have, and fucked about a bit. It was hardly optimized, but hey, there you go. That's basically the challenge run. Beating the anti-guys unit. Beat the anti-guys unit. The last line of defense. The mighty anti-guys didn't stand up to Mario. Whoa. I concede defeat. I've been defeated by Mario. Why? That's all it has to say. But yeah, there we go. Let's fight in the game. Let's look at... I'm gonna take a picture of this actually with thing. So why not? Sure, that might actually be the first time that I actually was able to beat the anti-guys units in any playthrough that I've made of this. Wouldn't be that surprising. But we did it. We blew all of the repel gels. We can... Yes, I mean, we can get more repel gels if we want by farming the stupid gacha pigs, but... at this point it's like, why bother? We did it. Literally anything else you could do in the game at this point is a joke, so... including the final boss, as I'm sure we'll learn eventually. Maybe sooner than we think, I don't know. Hey, we got Super Shroom, and we got... well, Maple Syrup. Still giving you these basic items, I guess. By this point you kind of expect that, yeah, if you want to make them into something better, you have to go back and cook them. The outside of Bowser's castle, even the outside, feels gross and ominous. Maybe he wasn't so bad until he moved here. Living in such a dank place isn't good for the soul. So, gonna do like character development with Bowser, like with what's his face, like with Ganondorf in Wind Waker, maybe. Are we gonna ignore the canon where consider Yoshi's Island to be canon, which is pretty much is? Like, you're gonna have to convince me why that wouldn't be. Then Bowser has been living in like a big Koopa castle ever since he was a little kid. There's a jam and jelly. We might as well get that. What I'm really like keeping an eye out for at this point is the Ultra Shroom, because we need at least 1 Ultra Shroom to complete the final recipe, like I said. And I do want to do that before we go fight Bowser. Like, if we get to Peach's castle, which isn't top of Bowser's castle, without having found any Ultra Shrooms, I'm seriously gonna have to get some kind of reference. Oh. Like I said, we could have just gotten an Ultra Shroom from the gacha pigs, but I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to do it more organically. And I'm wondering if that was really the best idea. How many holes have we been through? I wonder what this one leads to. To Bowser's room, maybe? It just won't actually do it until I beat the game, but I think it will. That way we can just actually end everything at the, the end credits thing. Hey, another one of these. Oh, that counted. The reason was... oh fuck, I forgot lost my spike shield badge because I was building for the... Maybe that means I can kill this guy in one hammer strike that's waking up almost. I was building for the freaking anti-guys instead of normal encounters. Oh, we got lucky though. We got the prison key, alright, so... I guess I should change my... Oh Jesus, the music is actually flourishing. Hold on a sec, I wanted to change my badges again. I don't want this one anymore. I guess I could keep this one, but I'm gonna take these off so I can have something to make things a bit more comfy, like heart finder, and one of these damage dodge, I guess. I have room for one more. I don't even know what it would be, because I don't think I want anything else. It would be... I would only take one star point or badge point. Maybe power smash, I guess, just in case I need that. Also, yes, it's time to hydrate, because Lambda Delta Witch redeemed hydrate. And that's actually kinda timely, because it's been almost 2 hours of stream and I actually haven't drunk anything yet. That is how you would say that, right? I haven't drunk anything yet. Oh well, I'm gonna do it now. There we are. But on the other hand, I had emptied a glass of, like, I didn't even know, something made out of peach, some kind of juice. Peach or papaya, I don't even know. It's something that somebody else made. Some kind of fruit juice before the stream started. Would Bowser ever need this many prison cells? Do you think there are that many prisoners? I have to wonder. Where is... It's like Castlevania, where's the stuff in Bowser's Castle in the other games? You have to wonder. Toad's been captured and he set up a Toad house. He should be thankful for his great sacrifice. I can't believe I was captured so easily. How shameful. I bet Princess Peach is being held under heavy security. Please save her. Thank you for coming. It's so good to see you. All the prisoners got split up, so it's just been us 4. Are the others all safe? Well, I mean the ones we've seen. Please don't say we're the only ones you've saved. Hope this whole horrible mess will be over soon so we can have a reunion with everybody. More shadowing. If I'd known this was gonna happen, I would have gone home with Mayor Penguin. I guess he was there too. Wish I'd wake up in Shiver City and never have to leave again. You know, sweet shaved ice streets every single day. Well, so do I, but only sometimes I get them and their chamoy. Wonder how he scored an invitation to the party. He must know somebody at the castle or something. Or maybe he was just wandering and got lost. I never got lost. Yeah, he got lost by going way away from where he lives. Spends his days worrying about other people. He doesn't realize how many people are worried about him. To get him home to the people who miss him, we must. This is a shame that he failed. He and the others tried their best and they were overcome by Bowser's troops. The fiends who follow Bowser must be tough customers. Well, I mean, we've been destroying all of them so far, even the actual hardest fight in the game, like we've just seen, so... Everything's relative, I guess. I know it's not a great house, but plenty of sleep will heal you no matter where you happen to be sleeping. Take a nap? Nah. You don't need to at the moment. Or once, maybe you might even say. Yeah, we didn't get a reading on this thing. This room, did we? Well, this reminds me of a ghost story. This would make the perfect setting for a freaky ghost story. I could have Bo and her friends play the scary parts. Remind me to do that sometime back at Toad Town. But do that sometime even though it's in a completely different setting from this place. We're gonna put on a new play called something like The Castle of Bowser Tranto, where Mario gets killed by a giant Koopa shell that falls from the sky, and then the ghost of Donkey Kong decides that he's going to oust him as an imposter or something. You've already come really far, but we're not at Bowser's room yet. Where could it be? This place is so complicated at Bowser, I really don't like him, so... Also, it does look like we have to go there to make progress, so let's actually double back a little bit and see what's on the other side here. I'm definitely gonna have to look up this music after this. It's a covered hallway in Bowser's Castle. There's no place to hide around here, that's for sure. Not that we need one, Mario. Who'd hide? Not me. Oh shit, well. I'll probably hide if I had to. Damn it, deal with those guys. Never gonna be able to get a freaking... a first strike from the freaking Hammer Brothers ever, apparently. I will still have that lucky thing. It's probably gonna be how they actually do like little sweat drops when you dodge their attacks. Somehow I don't notice that till now. I've been hit by quite a few hammers during this whole dungeon and still have not gotten shrunk, so guess we're gonna be fine on that front. Okay, we need a key to get up here. So we're gonna take the upper path. We can dodge this guy. Probably not. Ooh, just barely. Never mind. Oh shit. I actually have no idea which direction we have to go to actually make progress here. Hold on. I'm getting more and more reluctant to actually have to, you know, backtrack from in here. Those windows open to outside or to the inner part of the castle. Maybe I just won't go back, or I have to go back to Toad Town after getting the Elder Shroom, because otherwise I'm not gonna have made the final recipe. Maybe I will actually like beat the game and then go back to Toad Town, so I don't have to like come all the way back here after that. Probably what I'm gonna do in the end. It takes this long. Those windows open to outside or to the inner part of the castle. What would the inner part of the castle be at this point? Let's see. Let's just have that out, because, oh, here we go, switch. Oh, I see. At least I think I see. Yeah, I think I see. What we're gonna do here is, okay, get hit by nothing, first of all. Guess we're gonna have to demolish this guy's on principle at this point. Oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, that's unfortunate, but I don't think it actually matters now. Just because he can, both Mario and Cooper should be able to hit him without getting hit by the electrified thing, I think. Should not count as an attack that should electrify him, right? Nope. There we go. So what we can do here is do this to get back up there, and then... Oh, I guess that is... Oh, it's temporary, like timed. But that is gonna be like a toggle on and off thing, so you have to like... I don't know, get up there and then... throw bomb it down to... to activate something while you're up there. I don't know, because I was overthinking it, but to run without a window, it has a chandelier with no lights on it. The feeling that Bowser is really going for the dark gothic look in here. Maybe he hates bright lights. Well, hey, that's something I have in common with him. I guess we get a key. Which means we can take the lower path in this room now. Okay, so he actually starts chasing you if you go that close to him. Of course, that makes sense. The torches hanging over there, doesn't their pattern strike you as sort of suspicious? It's almost as if there's a hidden meaning there, but you say we try to remember it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case, but... before we... Like, I feel that might actually be like a callback to something like the final castle stage in the first Super Mario, or... You have to like take the paths in a certain order, or else the level just keeps looping. I think there's actually something exactly like that in the second Paper Mario game. But since that looks very much like something that we would have to do to make progress, how about we actually go the other way first? And I guess pull this stunt again. Oh, okay, no, here we are gonna have to use Bombette, I think. Yeah. So we already got the reading. Oh, there we go. That's the thing we were looking for. We could turn back now and do the thing. I don't know. Sessions. Let me look at the timer real quick. Let me look at something else in the background real quick. Okay, no updates on that front. Shit. Oh shit. It's currently probably fine. Just get rid of this, take care of this encounter first, I guess. Oh. We need to change, do we? Nope. Unless we managed to pull off this, timing, and we did. Alright, so at this point we have the dilemma, do I keep going and then go back to Totown after the fact, or do I go back now? I think I'm gonna go back now. Oh, screw it, it's time to idle, go back and do quite a bit of the stuff that we've done so far. Like, let me bring out Bo, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want to avoid all encounters, so at this point, and Bo can help you do that. And I should probably figure out something else to like talk about, because it's gonna be retracing our steps now. But I could do more comments about the ever-changing law of Mario. Like, let's think about the castle, I guess. Pretty sure that the first instance of Bowser's Castle being a thing would have to be in the first Super Mario game, not Mario Brothers, but Super Mario Brothers. And that actually makes me wonder, like, you remember there's the actual Super Mario Brothers 2, and then there's Doki Doki Panic. Yeah, Doki Doki Panic has like a whole other set of villains, so it's like a complete non-factor. Or Bowser's Castle is, I mean. I actually never played the, you know, the actual regular Mario 2, that is to say the one that was called the Lost Levels later when they came out with like All-Stars on Super Nintendo. But from what I've seen, I think it's pretty much just like a very close to the first Super Mario, but with a different set of, what do you call it? Just with a different set of levels and with a few extra mechanics thrown in, like the poison mushrooms. Like, I don't know, just assumptions here, but I guess it would pretty much be the same as far as the castle is concerned. And then in Mario 3 you get a lot more of the aesthetics and stuff that actually gets reprised in later Mario games, like the statues and whatnot. There's like some of the aesthetics of like the coloration, I even want to say, actually get echoed in games like this one. After that you got Mario World, I think. Yeah, now that I think about it, are we gonna be able to go out through the front door, or we're gonna have to find some kind of alternative passage? Or is this the alternative passage, I guess? I don't think we ever were able to find a key to, Oh no, we are. Never mind. That's the exact door I was talking about. I guess we opened it at some point and I just completely forgot about it. Alright, let's just go back. Ready to take off? Yes, we are. Have to use the same thing that we came in through. Just commandeer one of those sweet Koopa Clankers, and you know, since the Koopa Clankers pretty much come from Mario World, you have to wonder, where did the Mecha Koopas go? Why weren't they in these games? At least, like, maybe they put them in Paper Mario later on. Some of the less well-regarded sequels with that I've never actually played or gotten far enough into care. I'm pretty sure, at least in the good Paper Mario games, there's not a single Mecha Koopa to be seen. You know what, let's go ahead and... I don't know, do I want to get rid of anything right now? I think I have a full inventory. I do have a full inventory. I guess I could save the jamming jelly. Like this. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna fuck around with this until I get the last recipe out of the way. So there is one more thing we need to do. We actually... yeah, I'll do it when I get back to the town. Need to make room for one more thing in our inventory because the last thing that we need to do, or that we need to make, is one of the most wasteful items in the game. That's Honey Ultra. Yeah, it's a Honey Ultra. Christ. Does this hurt? Yeah, that does hurt. That's important. I only get to see what Bo looks like when she's injured. Something that I actually completely forgotten about. You know what, fuck it, it's just this. Yes, we could do that or we could do this. Do this. It's a little more of a safe bet, I think. Hey, that didn't even split up. I guess special attacks don't trigger that. Certain special attacks. Oh, well, there we go, a bunch of those coins that flew out. Not that that matters. What was I talking about? The Honey Ultra, but I guess before, for fuck's sake. Before that, you know what, at this point I'm just gonna immediately resort to this. Talking about the castle, right? Well, there's Bowser's Castle in Mario World, and then in a game that technically came out after that, but that's set way before that. There's the one in Yoshi's Island, which... honestly, I couldn't tell you any particulars of the castle itself, just because I've never actually... oh, for fuck's sake, look at all that crap that just fell down. I would have actually liked some of those things, but oh well. Why aren't they protected by the same invisible walls that keep me from falling off here? Never think about that. Yeah, I guess that's technically another iteration of the castle that I wouldn't be able to comment on, because much like with Mario 2, I've never actually beaten Yoshi's Island. Why am I just going in circles here? God damn it. After that, like, I don't know, there's probably way more instances and stuff that you would call spin-offs or guiding games, like, I don't know, Mario Kart. I'm pretty sure the first Mario Kart for Super Nintendo had the Bowser's Castle stage, and maybe there's other crap. Like, for some reason, when I think about Mario Kart and other derivative games like that, the very next thing to come to mind for me is Yoshi's Safari, of all things. And pretty sure that the friggin' Koopalings have mechs in that, so that's something. Something else that's never really brought up ever again. Something to consider, but okay, this has... okay, never mind, this has actually changed. Now that Mario's found a way into Bowser's Castle, in return, welcome home sales. Okay, never mind, maybe we didn't actually that didn't actually change. We're beaten, don't get mad, please. We all did our best. Okay, let's find a place to save. I guess the save block was on the other screen before we actually do anything. This is the save block where we pretty much always end the streams before, but now we're actually gonna be ending the game. Not at the save block though, but at the actual ending screen. But go to the shop over here. Let's I don't know, sell something like the super shroom or the syrup. What would we want to get rid of at this point? I guess maple syrup would be the most obvious thing. And we buy the inferior honey syrup. And then we take the inferior honey syrup and bring it to the chef. The chef, excuse me. I'm actually gone back to trying to learn French on Duolingo recently, so I feel like there should be some kind of joke that I should be able to make there, like, I don't know. Chef n'est pas amusant, or something like that. That's not even a joke, that's just like saying A equals B statement, but... Yes, let's make one of the worst item combinations in the game. There we go, Honey Ultra. 50 HP and a fucking measly 5 FP. I'll tell you, with that, we should be able to confirm basically everything. Other than beating the game that's complete in the stuff that gets tracked in the game. If we go back here to Mario's house, which I think will be our last visit in the game. Just we'll see if there's any new text that we can see. This beach is still cut way up there in the sky. Come on, Mario, you have to go do it. I'm not gonna do shit in these games for a couple more. And here we are. 80 out of 80 badges collected, 160 star pieces collected, 50 recipes complete, 64 quizzes, and the rest is kind of frivolous, but there you go. Total power bounce is 25 that I think I managed to pull off with like a fluke in chapter 5 or something like that. 146 battles and 237 first strikes, and let's take a look over here just to like make doubly sure that nothing new has popped up there. And not there. And I guess we can also look at like the post office when we're on our way back there, but it's time for us to be on our way back there so we can actually go beat the game now, because that's literally the only thing left to do now to complete my 100% run here. Oh. There you go, post office. Well, it seems that there are no new letters, sorry. Oh well. A damn shame. Looks like you also 100% of that, getting all the letters in the game. Goodness. Go ahead and stop at the Toad House, I guess. Top ourselves off, and then we will go back into resuming our trek through the castle back over there. Didn't save, I don't know. Do I want to clean out my inventory at all? I have room for one more thing. Guess I'll keep the Honey Ultra. Stupid as that item is. There's apparently one more Ultra Mushroom that we're gonna be able to pick up later in the final climb when we actually get to Peach's Castle, which is like the final stretch. I feel like it would be a more efficient thing to just consume an Ultra Mushroom by itself than it would be to complete the fucking Honey Ultra, or consume the Honey Ultra. Where are we go again? Time to make some kind of effort to avoid the things, stupid blue embers that are on this path. Oh wait, where are these emotes? 24/7. You know that convenience stores where I live that are supposedly 24/7 don't actually bother staying open 24/7 most of the time. Except for one very specific one that's like 2 streets away from where I live. And I think the only reason why that one doesn't also close at night is because it's literally impossible to do that. They have such a big storefront and it's not like... it's all open basically, there's no big door or gate that they can close. I sometimes go there at like 4 AM and hope that they don't have the whole thing blocked off with like cleaning stuff. Sometimes I do that and I can't actually get in there. But most of the time they actually will sell me crap even at 4 AM. Thinking I could probably go there tonight, but I don't know. I mean, I probably won't, because there's a couple of other stuff later tonight that I actually want to be around for. I listen to this, and that would require me to be here, so... But for now, let's go ahead and actually finish this dungeon. Let's go try to get back up to where we were. It only took about 20 minutes, so that's not too bad. This little detour of mine. Okay, probably less than that even. But unfortunately, pretty sure yeah, all of these fuckers are gonna respond. Will have respond, I guess, is the correct way of saying it. But we're gonna be experts at dodging, I guess. Just breeze past all of these enemies that aren't even gonna give us any experience or anything worthwhile at this point, so... why even bother giving them the time of day? I'm pretty sure the way forward here would be up and to the right, if I recall. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, that was a lucky strike even. You know what, let's just try this immediately like I usually do. Okay, max level, there's literally no reason not to use this if you just don't want to fight, or if you want the fight to be over as quickly as possible. Oh, that guy didn't actually get affected, that's a first. I wonder if he's gonna run away. It's because of the fact that he's a Magikuba by himself, yet. That didn't really change much, it had the exact same outcome. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, let's just do that again. I suppose... no, the Starbeam that literally doesn't do anything unless you use it on the final boss, so... Well, since we get like a couple of Toad House cells that we can rely on to instantly replenish our star power back up to full. Literally just use that star power in any fight that we end up getting into that I just don't feel like doing. Just basically gonna be all of them at this point as far as the ordinary fights. Now the question is, are the motherfucker, those things are gonna be back. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. Well, whatever, we can just kill them quickly. But if this is gonna end up taking a bit more time, I think, than I would have liked, but whatever. I said, it's like, literally doesn't matter. Guess I can definitely say that we went the extra mile as far as doing that backtracking thing so that I would have everything ready by the time I actually beat the game. Look at all this money that I'm picking up that I don't actually need for anything at this point. Oh. Then I'm gonna hurt them at all. Oh, I guess it is. Guess I should just be doing that instead of using the hammer. Okay. Try our best to avoid any unnecessary confrontations on the way. Oh, for fuck's sake. Implement a complete I just beat himself in the fight. Complete imbalance between cause and effect. Or very distant window of time between cause and effect as we try to jump our way out of a confrontation right next to the cannons themselves. The cannons themselves, yes, I just said that. I know that's not actually what they're called, but who cares? Oh, oh damn it. I wondered for a second if I had forgotten to put the spike shield back on, and I guess I did. It's extremely unfortunate, actually. Okay, I'll just split. Well, no, we won't split anything. We'll take care of the blaster first, and then we'll focus on the Mecha Koopa. No, that's not a Mecha Koopa. That's a Koopa Troll. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this fucker, or else we're gonna take a beating here. I'm sure we'd be able to survive that anyway, just because of all the hearts. And we'd be fine afterwards, I mean, because of all the hearts that the blasters drop when we're defeated, but... maybe we're gonna have to put that badge back on, like, momentarily. Let's see... costs like 2 points or something to put that on, right? Yeah, 2, so I can get rid of that, and... I guess damage dodge. Fuck it. What else can we do with this? At this point, P down the open, I forgot. Dodge Master, Group Focus, etc. Dodge Master, screw it. Not really going for super optimization anymore. We're kind of past that point. Oh, for fuck's sake. Another massive window of distance between cause and effect. Or delay, I guess. At least for one of us, not for the other. Christ. Forgot about the last one having another extra enemy to deal with. Yeah, think this has this little detour and getting back to where I was before is getting close to like costing me about half an hour, but I'm sure we'll do Starstorm. It should eat through the fence, I think. It should ignore that. But I expedite this as much as possible at this point. Hey, we actually managed to top ourselves off both-wise with that. All's well that ends well, I guess you might say. I want to use a cliched phrase. But I get the feeling that we're very, very nearly back to being caught up again. Shoot, I don't remember, do I have to go this way to make progress? No, I don't, I have to go to the right here. Let's go ahead and revisit the site of our victory here, our incredible cheese victory. And unfortunately the little rose next is gone, so my stupid pun that I don't think anybody will understand because it's a very... not even really a pun, it's just a dumb reference that I laugh at because I'm a hipster like that. I was actually having a conversation in like a chat room just yesterday, I think. About how basically I avoid arguments most of the time just by... well, arguments about liking certain works of fiction. Mostly just by only getting actually invested in really obscure stuff that probably won't get ruined by other people trying to like pick it up and remake it later down the line, but that's only mostly effective. Sometimes that still gets and other topics, but they're only semi-related. In that sense, I guess you could definitely call me a hipster. I only like stuff that isn't popular. Oh damn it, I just did this in the wrong order. I should have hit the one on the left with Mario. Or not, I mean, would have the same effect. One of them's gonna be dead. And the other one isn't. It occurs to me that I should probably take like a little second to walk back here so that I can use the Toad House that's in the... it's near here, basically. Toad House prison cell, so that I can actually get all my star power back as well. So who knows, I might need that, or at least want that for convenience. Your sleep will heal you no matter where you happen to be sleeping. I don't think that's actually true. You want to talk in realistic terms. Pretty sure that if you pick a really bad place to sleep, it's gonna do you way more harm than good. Like, I don't know, if you're say out in the middle of a snowy tundra and you're getting hypothermia, and you just kind of want to go lie down for a while in the middle of the snow, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna end well for you. But I guess there's no better way that they could express that. Mysterious equal effectiveness of the Toad House in here, despite the different background. Right, here we go. We're back where we were before. We can actually keep on proceeding now, so there's a mysterious pattern with the torches on the wall. Up, down, down, up, down, up. I'm pretty sure it's the same kind of shit as with the... Not exactly the same, but the same kind of thing as with the corridors in the final castle in the first Super Mario. I don't even know what happens if you just screw up the order. I'm going to assume that it just like keeps looping forever. There we go. Now, where are we? There's a corridor of sorts. I guess it's more like an elevated skyway, though. If a guy were afraid of heights, his leg would probably tremble and he'd probably freak out. Wonder we could see that animated with these paper graphics. Just confrontation even... Well, never mind. We can mostly avoid confrontation in spite of the incredibly narrow spaces. Like, at this point, I definitely feel compelled to just do this. It feels like a cheap way to, you know, do the battles at the end of the game, but I already did all the grinding. I already did everything. That would, like, I already took away everything that would compel me to actually get more experience or what have you. Like, even these coins, I just collect them out of impulse. I don't even need them for anything anymore. Oh. I had known that was right after I probably would have just fought those guys normally, but if I were designing the castle I wouldn't put in so many corridors. Oh, whatever, you can't expect Bowser to have good taste. I'm actually wondering, like, if you were to map out all these rooms and try to fit them into an actual building design, how would that work? Hey, look who we have here. Looks like Princess Peach, but something just doesn't seem right. I mean, I've never met the princess, but I thought she was more sweet. Is she really Princess Peach? Gee, I don't know. Oh Mario, you came to rescue me. Thank you so much. It's almost like this is exactly the same as something else we already had to deal with in the previous chapter. Oh, I just saw a chance to get away from Bowser and I ran. I need to fight him because I'm already safe. I need to fight. Let's hurry up and go home. I'll be right behind you, so that's literally all that day. If you try to go back there, she just blocks you. Let's go home now, okay? Don't go back the way you came in, I'll follow you. Now, there's a very specific way you're supposed to do this, but... Jeez, at this point they're literally just trying to get you to leave. Oh, there you go. I don't think that's quite it. Oh, what? What's wrong, Mario? Is this guy maybe? I didn't see anything. Maybe it was your imagination. I want to save the people in Peach's castle. Who cares about them? Well. Let's get her. How do you just hit her? Oh. I guess. You're so cruel, Mario. Why do you want to hurt me? I'm gonna tell King Bowser you're treating me like this, too. Literally just keep hitting her. Stop it. Please don't help me, King Bowser. Well, I guess you do. I said cut it out. Oh shoot, I wonder how you saw through my disguise. It was perfect. I guess that's because that's the same thing you do with them in the previous chapter. I guess there's nothing I can do about it now. I'll just beat you up instead. I know that this is like pretty low tier confrontation at this point. To be quite frank. I just do attrition. Literally doesn't make a difference. I'll hit them with a couple of normal attacks each turn and then we will. Just have them all done away with in a couple of turns. There we go. Just to chain that block. Still don't understand how you're supposed to chain block all of the all the strikes that like the Hammer Brother does when he hits you a bunch of times. Timing on that is just ridiculous. Okay, whatever, this is pretty much over already. Where the other three guys came from, but There we go, just vanishes into nothing. Let's tempt fate by going all the way back over to the left side here so we can get our health back that we got chipped away at during that fight. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. Oh hey, it's another one of these fuckers. How in the world did you get this far in the castle? Congratulations, but this is the end of your adventure, I'm afraid. Got much better defenses than the other guard doors too. It occurs to me that there's one thing coming up that I think is gonna happen here that I completely fucking forget about. Oh well, I think pretty sure we're prepared. Our luck has just run out. Come on, boys. And here are these guys. Here come the Koopa Brothers. Bet you never thought you'd see us again, El Mario. You do remember who we are, don't you? Sure. What? Just said we were the Koopa Brothers, Mario. How can you not remember us? Now they're gonna beat you within an inch of your life. Feel like running away, Worm. If you beat them, you can go through here. Of course you'll fail. But at least you can try. Gyar, har har har. I don't think we're like before. We've increased our power beyond our wildest dreams. After you trounced us, we learn a new technique and train all day, every day. We're not just the Koopa Brothers. We're the super ultra mighty Koopa Brothers, the great. Check out our coolness. Even though we're even lower profile. I don't know, I guess. I was gonna say something about the XM Rangers, but I guess these guys are more Ninja Turtles rebuffs than Power Rangers rebuffs. But hey, here's this guy also. At last you're mine. It was a pain finding you, you know. Today at long last I'll settle my score with you. And here's the actual fight. The actual final confrontation with this guy. Here it comes, Mario. This is the final fight. Only one of us is walking away from this battle. Let's see how much health he has here. You're a Troopa again, my man. The little guy still has some eggshell left on his body. Well, max HP is 60, attack power is 8, defense power is 2, so it's nothing too crazy at this point. He's been working out, it looks as though he may be able to change his shape too. You gotta love this guy's effort, Mario, to follow us all the way here. What dedication? How do you think he got here anyway? That's a good question too, but the fact that they're pointing it out pretty much just means that they're not actually going to address it, but I guess we can just do this. We're gonna do something a little bit stronger if we're just gonna do, yeah. Just gonna do like attrition attacks this whole time. We do this, we hit him for 8 damage each round. Well, that's a lucky animation for him. Well, 8 damage plus this, so more like 13 damage each round. Alright, okay, try this on for size. Ultimate power. Even though we can still hurt him there, because, you know, we have the spike shield. I don't know, can we actually attrition him with this? I think we can, because we only need a couple more rounds. Shoot, okay, maybe something else. How about this? Let's switch back to the Magic Rod. Oh, to heal himself. I mean, we're gonna do more damage than that in one round, so... We can literally just heal ourselves with a couple of super shrooms that we have on reserve if we really need to, so... I'm surprised I managed to block that actually, but... Doesn't heal himself again, we should just have him dead within the next round. Arg, you've still got some skills. Well, we can hit you with that too. That actually does less damage than the lightning attack. And it doesn't even give you star points because we're already maxed out, so... There we went. Darn it, darn it, darn it, I think you won, Mario. But to you, I'm gonna beat you so bad next time, even though this is his last appearance, other than a cameo in the second game. So since you beat the guy that beat the Koopa Brothers, does that mean you beat the Koopa Brothers? No, you beat him, he beat them, but you didn't actually lay a finger on. Arga, it's too confusing. Okay, fine. I guess there was no big difference between that guy and the Koopa Brothers you can go through. Not possible for you to beat King Bowser anyway. Already have the honor of being beaten personally by the evil King Bowser. Lucky you. There you go. We can take another trip back to the heart block in the previous room. This room is one big ego massage for Bowser. I guess we wish we could crush all these statues to dust. I don't think this is actually that necessary, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I think there's gonna be a couple more of these blocks that we can run into up ahead, but you might as well be prudent. You don't know when there's some unexpected crap that's gonna be thrown your way, like what just happened, I guess. Like, I knew it was gonna happen at some point, but I just completely forgot when it was gonna happen. I wasn't even expecting it. And the stairs again. Do you think Princess Peach's castle is at the top of them? We're almost there. Oh, now that you actually mentioned that, I guess I do. For some reason, like that one frame where when we were right next to the door. Yeah, now we're here. Peach's castle, but we just came out of Bowser's castle. I got a funny feeling about this. Wonder where Princess Peach is being held captive. We should brace ourselves. Reason that one frame when we came out of the big door in the room with the stairs back there. I do remember like one of the ramps in like one of the later stages in System Shock. I can't even remember if I'm thinking of System Shock 1 or 2. Well, here we are. Hey, look, it's different music. This is the first floor hall of Princess Peach's castle. There's so many doors though. Where on earth can Princess Peach be? And it's also the same place where we started the game at, so, you know, bookends. Very deep. What happened here? This is even messier than my room back home. Looks like nobody ever puts anything away in here. This is the room where we had like the stupid quiz show. Let's just check every room in the castle that we can possibly check. Or we actually head up to the final confrontation. Might have to readjust my badges one last time before we get there. Look. The kitchen. I'm just guessing, but I bet this is where they make the meals. The castle's head chef probably cooks all the meals, don't you think? Whoever that is. Wonder what kind of savory dishes he knows how to make. Hey Mario, you ever eaten here? That's actually a legitimate question. You can't even get more egg items from the basket of eggs. What kind of nonsense is that? I'm pretty sure that if you look up egg in the friggin' Mario wiki, which I was using as reference for all the recipes and junk, tells you where you can get more, which is in the desert and in the jungle, but it also mentions the eggs in that room, but then you get here and you can't actually get more eggs that way. And this guy is finally coming out of there. Nothing here but clothes, please don't open... Oh, Mario. Oh sweet, you came to save me, right? Thanks for coming. While you're here, would you like to take a quick nap? Okay, you literally just has to stay here the entire game just so he can run the final Toad house of the game, I guess. So I'll use that. And there we go. Pretty huge drawer over there. I bet a person could fit inside if they wanted to, that is. There's a bed too, this must be a guest room. Toad was hiding out in that chest, he's gonna open a Toad house here. Like even after this place is back in its normal place. Pretty sure someone else would protest. Isn't that a stroke of luck? He'll be able to take a rest. But let's move on to the next location. Now that we collected 8 stars, we can open this. Second floor hall of Princess Peach's castle. So many doors somewhere on earth can Princess Peach be? I guess this is your last chance to like grab some of the items that are lying around here if you didn't already do that. It's an ordinary room. Do you smell something though with a strange odor? But like referencing the fact that that's a room that the other like the secret passage connects to, maybe. It's a dining room. Looks like somebody has eaten here recently. Probably not the princess, they're probably starving her. People always say that the meals served here are delectable. I'd love to eat here sometime. Well, I'm pretty sure that recently doesn't actually count as recently. The last time we saw someone eating here, it was like before chapter 5. And here we are. Oh, many books. If you weren't in the middle of such an adventure, I'd love to read some of these. I don't know if we ever got like the life room that's being kept somewhere around here. The upper level, I guess we can get up here this way. Because Peach can't actually do platforming, so we have to get up here this way. At the life's room. Now we have 3 of those in reserve even though. Probably not even gonna need any of them, but hey, you know. Might as well use any resources that are provided to us at this point. I mean, this is literally the end of the game. No reason not to do that. And here's the big chest. Looks like a storeroom. Check out that box, let's see what's in it. Well, there's nothing in it now. Guess we could put all of our items in there and then take them out of the other box that's in the Star Summit, but it would be counterproductive at this stage. And here's the Princess' room. It smells great in here. It's a cheerful room, just like Princess Peach. Can't believe she was locked up in here for so long all by herself. Oh, whoops. She's been so lonely. Gotta rescue her right now. Wonder if we can find a secret passageway. I guess not. Or examine any of this stuff. Yes, we can. Or maybe. Our cosmetics, Mario looks fine without them. Excuse me. How dare you try to enforce gender roles? This. Her dresses are beautiful, but they all look the same. This must be her favorite style of dress. And I guess you're supposed to notice like how that contrasts, like when Peach actually looks at those. It's like framed photo of Mario. Big fireplace and what a cozy fire. Nothing to say about this sofa though. Got a fluffy bed. It looks like this bed was designed for sweet dreams and it's full of lovely flowers. They smell heavenly. Like some of those aren't actually different, but the one with the dresses certainly stands out. This balcony has a great view. I'm betting that this is one of the princess's favorite places. Hey, look, they actually put an apostrophe S at the end of a word that already ended with S to indicate the genitive case. It's actually not very commonly that I actually see that, because a lot of people seem to think that if you put just the apostrophe at the end of a word that ends with S to indicate the plural or not the plural. The singular genitive. That's good enough, and I really don't believe that it is, but anyway, let's see. It's a covered hallway in Peach's castle, Mario. Let's find Bowser and save Princess Peach. And finally, oh Mario, help. It's the room where we saw Peach for the first time at the beginning of the game, and this guy too. It isn't my old pal Mario. I've been waiting for you. I'm amazed that you managed to come this far. How lucky for me. You've been a distraction for far too long, little man. It'll be a pleasure to squash you personally again. So what, do we have a confrontation right here? You can't beat me. I'm invincible. I guess so. We once again echo the fight that we had at the start of the game. Alright Mario, let's see your so-called power. Well, first let's go ahead and have a title. We only had 10 HP at that point. Let's see. It's the evil King Bowser, finally after all this time. Max HP is 50, defense power is 1. He has a huge arsenal of attacks from blowing clouds of fire to jumping on us. Fire attack is 8, stamp attack or nail attack is 6. He has other attacks, but I don't know. Boy, this looks nasty. Strong enough as it is, but I'm sure he can use that Star Rod to increase his power until he's nearly invincible. Well, let's take him. Let's see exactly how this is gonna go. I know that we were gonna have a confrontation right here. I would have probably changed my badges, but hey, whatever. Pretty sure I can attrition him if I actually have to wear him down all the way, which I don't think I do for this confrontation. I don't even want to switch to a different partner. Enough of that, now witness the power of this fully operational Star Rod. Which you actually have a counter for now. I guess we will use immediately. Doesn't even cost regular Star Power, because I guess that would break this part of the game if it, or potentially if it actually did cost that. Let's use a Star Beam on the one enemy that it actually has an effect on. What the... Ow. What in the world was that? God, what happened to the power of that stupid Star Rod? Well... Maybe that just means he's not gonna do anything the next round that he has. You cheap little coward. With this looping animation of mine, this fight's just beginning. Maybe you do have to wear him down all the way here. It's definitely possible considering how far we've taken him so far. I guess we could have probably already done that if we had a partner that did 1 more damage, but whatever. I'm committed to this attrition. Oh, he actually healed himself. Oh, fuck. Could have just used a multi-bonk there or something. Why do that when I can do this instead? Like, if he does a normal attack in the next round instead of powering himself up again, fuck. Oh, I guess that's different. Now we can just take him down to 0 anyway, so whatever. Gosh, you're not bad. How'd you get so strong? Still, you're just an annoyance. Sounds like a warm-up for me. I will still compliment you. I'm just saying we can't actually see what's going on there. Want to say Princess Peach, you'd better follow me. Well, let's get the title from this room first. You have to help Princess Peach, Mario. Hurry up, let's move. So we don't actually get a read of the room, we just get... shut up and let's actually move. What are you doing? Bowser's gone upstairs. Come on, we have to follow him. Let's roll. Why are you still tattling everything at this point in the game, you player? Has to leave the mindset of whoever was in charge of writing these. There's no time to waste. How do you keep pressing C down? Come on. And I'm pretty sure this is the final save point of the game, so let's just top ourselves over the super room that we can't see because we're covered up by the foreground, but same difference. There we go. Okay, so I want to change my badge setup here. I don't think I'm gonna need Spike Shield anymore, or Heart Finder. I can also do away with that. Could try the Power Bounce, I guess, or Mega Smash. Anything else down here that I would want to... maybe Flower Saber actually would be better. But then I wouldn't really have any points left for anything else. Or Defend Plus, I don't know. I think either Flower Saber or Defend Plus would be good, but the thing is I also want to... I want to put on Damage Dodge and then put on, I don't know, I guess Mega Smash. And Power Smash, in case I somehow have 2 FP left and not the other one. And check again, I have a Jam and Jelly, I do have that, and a Honey Ultra. Still have that dumb shit, man, like real life shrooms, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fine, but here we are. At the castle tower, these long spiral stairs go up and up and around and around. I feel dizzy. So I'm definitely not try-harding as much as I did with the anti-guy unit, but I pretty much had to for that one. And here we are, the actual final room of the game, pretty sure. Where in the world did Bowser just disappear to? So, if you want to, you can leave and come back and you don't get the little camera pan anymore, but... if you go back and save, that is, but... here we are. Welcome to your nightmare. Pretty sure that's another video game villain's line, but you should thank me, Mario. You've been my rival for so long I've arranged a special arena for your defeat. Like something you'd see in Mario 64, I guess. Or maybe, oops. Completely trapped, how does it feel, huh? And you fell right into a trap and you called yourself a hero. You think you were foolish enough to just sit back and watch as you save the Star Spirits? Put together a little surprise for you, a device that increases Bowser's power. Bowser will be so powerful that not even the power of the Star Spirits can compare. He'll now truly be invincible thanks to my wisdom. Power up. Truly... I guess this is where the Power Rangers thing comes in. Not so much with the Cooler Brothers, but now. Okay, Koopa, that was incredible. I feel like I'm exploding with power. You can tell from my sudden inflation. I'll be able to squash this cheeky plumber. So we think it's not gonna be like before, you mustache loser. Prepare to be beaten. Well, let's get the title first, as is always our want. It's Evil King Bowser. I think he got bigger. That's not a good sign. HP is 99, defense power is 2. He has a huge arsenal of attacks from blowing clouds of fire to jumping on us. But he does more damage than before. He has other attacks that I don't know. Kabekoopa's mysterious device has somehow beefed up his power even more. That's hardly fair. He could use a Star Beam whenever he uses the Star Rod to increase his power. He already knew that. Well, kinda had to do that already just to get this point, but sure. Guess we'll start by using these. Now, and we'll actually switch her. Oops. There you go. He's our partner, I guess. We can fuck around with that and not really worry too much. Thank you. Time to increase my power with my good old Star Rod. I think at this point we learn that, yeah, it's futile, so I have to change things up here. You know, big twist of the game that you spend the entire game preparing this MacGuffin so you could beat the final boss, and then it doesn't actually work when he does this. You idiot, that big attack doesn't affect me anymore. Oh no, we're in trouble. Starbeam doesn't work. That bad monster is gonna beat us up now for sure. Oh, and it just ends the fight sequence right there. Oh no, brave Mario. What can I do? The way things are going, Bowser will surely defeat him. Somebody please help Mario. You have to constantly run your mouth, keep quiet. Oh. And hey, this fucker came back. Well, don't know where he was the rest of the time. You're alright, I'll get you out of those ropes, somehow. Insolent little Star Kid, how dare you? Oh, and now we start thinking about with the real final boss. Little whippersnapper, you're too young to fight me. I'm not afraid of you, though. And she's not gonna do anything to stop this, so no, it's back to the combat from the start of the game that has no complexity to it. Did I just feel a breeze? Was that really your attack? Well, we can apparently focus on Twink with Peach. And he has 3 health, but no, we don't even see like how much health he actually has in total. Try a little, so you can fight a little. As we can do a permanent buff every turn, that's how we're gonna manage this. What's going on? Why does it seem like this star gets getting stronger? Oh, I wonder. I also wonder how long we're actually gonna have to end up doing that for. Probably not that much more. It's pretty much just the same thing over and over for several turns. You have to watch the same attack animation every time, too. And now we don't even get hurt anymore. Oh, can't be, my attacks don't work. Oh no, now I remember. The stars get all of their power from ordinary people's wishes. Peach's wishes are giving that little star kid power. I wonder what the fuck she's actually saying though. Might as well say this out loud so everyone can hear. Like in Fright Night. I have failed you. Now we must save Mario somehow, but what can I do? Make a wish. Maybe do the exact same thing you were doing before. Make a wish to give more power to the star spirits. Look at the Mushroom Kingdom, blah blah blah. You gotta believe. So I guess this is another sequence where you get all of this music that doesn't show up anywhere else in the game. Oh boy. Lambda Delta Witch has redeemed Hydrate, and this does seem like good time to hydrate, so sure. Feeling a bit under the weather. It'll work out more. There we go. Honorable Star Spirits, I'll do what I can to help. Twink. What a surprise, I feel the wishes of Princess Peach and all of the Mushroom Kingdom are giving us power. I guess that's how you get that little sequence when you actually initiate the chapter. Oh no, my controller's coming apart. Perhaps now we can match Bowser's strength. Don't give up, everyone's behind you, but not in front of you. And power up the Star Beam. And also appropriate the name of the Star Beam, as you'll see. Star Beam has now been upgraded, it's now Peach Beam. Which is clearly the superior choice, sir. What's going on? Well, we're being forced into the actual final confrontation now. You should just give up, you'll never beat me. Okay, we didn't actually have to like rescan him after he enters the final phase here. Yeah, briefly stop Bowser's Star Rod power. Only briefly though. I guess. So now we get all of these stars again and that little fucker on top of that. And yeah, the fucking Peach Beam is literally peach colored. My Star Rod power is gone. And now we can just, I don't know, maybe we can actually take advantage of the partner abilities here too. Paralyze an enemy or do this. I think we're just gonna do this. Just this. Attack power will go up for a short time, which we can certainly use. Or 4 turns, I guess. Let's do Mega Smash and let's just do normal attacks with, what, I guess. That ought to be enough. Well, that's not a huge difference, but I suppose it'll make one in the not so long term of how long this battle's actually gonna go on for. Oh, I forgot that fucker healed himself, so he does have the most health out of, does potentially have more health than the Crystal King. I was wrong about that when I said that. Damn it. Oh. Literally just doesn't hit him because of the lucky thing, okay. You're wondering if that was actually gonna potentially hit the partner. I'm pretty sure the partner doesn't get, you know, protection from the lucky badge. That could actually be a problem. What the fuck? I hope that, much like the Crystal King, he can only do that a limited amount of times, because if not, then... He already did it twice, which means he gets 60 HP on top of his 99, so 159. So that technically means he has more health than the anti-guys, but he obviously doesn't have the same attack potential. Oh, okay, so that does hit, it hits instantly pretty much. The power has returned to normal. I think we'll do this first, I guess, turbocharge and then the thing again. I think he's gonna be powering up again now. Which means we have to interrupt that. something tells me he's not actually gonna be healing anymore. Which means that he's not long for this world. Unless he is. Never mind, that's the joint attack. It's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure that means... well, that doesn't mean that we're still fine, but we're still fine in spite of that. His battle's not over yet, but that was like a normal attack that I did. I get the feeling that that was a normal attack that I did, and that there's not much of a point to actually using the powered up thing. No, that wasn't a normal attack, that was actually with the Mega Smash. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to heal here, I guess I'm gonna use the on the Ultra after all. There we go. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, well, whatever. We have normal attack power again, so I'm thinking maybe we could also use the Jamming Jelly or something. Get all our FP back, or... let's see, turbocharge will. I think we're gonna do that too, actually. It's not strictly the most optimal usage, but whatever. Christ, especially when he does this. He put his friggin' health back up to 60. So he basically doubled his health by healing 3 times already. 30 HP each time. See that? Yep. Oh well. We're powered up temporarily, or I should be, or... Does that get cancelled out when... Fucker... when my partner is disabled? That's kinda shitty if so. It looks like that might actually be the case, but... like, even if I get wrecked up here, I'm sure that... 3, fucking life shrooms that I have are gonna save my ass. Probably something gonna happen, because even if I get, like, all the way... like, worn all the way down to that... I can still use, like, the, star power to heal myself, but... now I need to use the star power to dispel this fucker's defense thing. Hope that he doesn't heal again, because that's really gonna be a pain if he just has the power to keep doing that indefinitely. But I guess I shouldn't complain, because now that I think about it, I feel like big dragon bosses in JRPGs that have the power to just heal themselves and basically do a giant fuck you to everything you've done. Up until that point. When I think about that, I think of Bloodbane in Valkyrie Profile and I just get triggered. And everyone, oh boy, he's gonna have literally 1 health here. And if there was a way to do more damage to him in this turn, I would do it, but... I think that's the case. Okay, oh, he's just like doing that. But that's not gonna protect him. He's gonna say a big fuck you by not even using any FP to hit him for the final strike here. There we go. And with that, I think we beat the video game. Oh no, Mario defeated me again. He always defeats me. This time I became invincible and I still couldn't beat him. Darn it. There we go. Now Mario has the power of life and death. I knew you would save me, thank you, Mario. But as for this place, it's making funny noises now. That's a good sign. This isn't part of my plan. Let's feel all the shaking. The battle with Mario was so intense that my device for increasing your power seems to have started malfunctioning. Yeah, I'll just say that. It's entirely screwed up and its power appears to be heading back into your castle. I need to tell you this about both your castle and this spot right here are about to explode. I don't know how it's been conducted into the castle, but... there you go. Are you for real? That's a big problem. Let's get out of here, right? Or not. Guess we're all gonna get blown to hell now, apparently. Or is it just the ones that were standing on that side of the platform? Woman. This flourish, or it's kind of fanfare that they got to go along with this. Kind of reminds me of the one that they do when they start up the ending of Majora's Mask. That might not be a coincidence. But hey, there we go. We did it. We saved the world. Brought back our precious Star Road. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You'll use it to bring peace back to this world. Now we'll be able to grant everyone's wishes again. All of this is thanks to you, Mario. When you look at the night sky, you'll know that the glittering stars are praising you for your courage. Look under bright lights and remember our thanks. You really took it to Bowser, Mario. Really sucked it into him. What impressive strength. You could do it. Don't think we don't know how hard you worked for all of us. It must have been difficult, we won't forget your efforts. Bowser learned something from all this. Maybe he'll behave himself now, although I'd say the chances of that are pretty slim. Tisk. Although no words can express completely how thankful we are for all that you've done. Hope has returned both to Star Haven and to all of the Mushroom Kingdom on your death, Mario. And twink, may I say you really rose to the occasion. You've proven yourself to be a grown-up star. Well, I think it's time we return to Star Haven. All of the stars are waiting for us there, no doubt. Time to say goodbye for now, Mario. May the stars forever shine brightly upon you. Even though I don't think these fuckers ever do anything for Mario again that I can remember in any of the other Paper Mario games even. Or even mentioned. Which is kind of saying something, because I'm pretty sure that the crap you need to collect in the second Paper Mario game at least makes a cameo in Super Paper Mario, if I remember. So it really makes you think. An honor to help you in your time of need. Hope maybe to see you again sometime. For now I'm gonna become a respectable star and make people's wishes come true. Oh no, never mind, I have to go too. Always remember you, Princess Peach, etc. Now he gets to do the ridiculous, overblown, sparkly exits. It doesn't seem to be that much faster than just flying away normally, which they do. It's a way of getting ready for blast-off. Well, that's it, huh? That's how he took the Star Road back from Bowser. I guess flash forward here. Seems like another wild adventures in the books, bro. Battle's back in its normal place and everyone's returned home safely. Being through in the end, just like you always do. I know you've been back for days now, but I bet you still kind of feel like you're on an adventure, don't you? Oh, there's a reply. Pals who traveled with you, I wonder what they're up to now. I wonder if we're gonna find out. I guess we are. We actually get a cutaway for this, as opposed to... I think I remember more clearly the ending of the second Paper Mario, but... Let's see. Hey Parker, what's up? Thought you were back at work delivering letters. Sure am, this isn't a social call. Drop by to bring a letter to you, Goombario, from Princess Peach. What's she writing to me for? We're gonna find out. I got to deliver more letters. Keep working hard, buddy. Oh. And here, look, a unique sprite that you only ever see here, I'm pretty sure. How did Princess Peach write in the letter? Let me see. Jeepers, this is an invitation to a party at the castle. It says the princess is having a party and I'm invited to go have fun. Whoa. Guess we go through the same implicit exchange with everybody else here. And I guess we officially get the other... Well, the sprite that doesn't actually show up anywhere else, like here again, I guess. And this figures these people came here. Guess they actually followed up on the flavor text. It's time to scale the frosty heights to the Crystal Palace, even though... Yeah, Cooper's already been there. You're in charge of guiding us. Your prior experience is terribly important to the success of our expedition. So they're still gonna try to do an expedition even though they're fully aware that that's already been done. On the palace front to back. But I guess I can't actually do that, because I'm gonna be interrupted by this plot envoy. We finally made it. Have a letter for you from Princess Peach. Oh no, work. This is an invitation to a huge party at Princess Peach's castle. Directly from the princess herself. It's got her signature on it and everything. There's no way I can miss a bash this big, but... Can't just turn my back on this expedition after I promised Professor Colorado. I should stay here and... Unless I'm actually being run off by the guy. Don't be daft, dear boy. Turning down such an invitation would be terribly impolite. This is a golden opportunity. Guess I'll just manage without him, even though he's the only one who actually knows the deal there. Hope you guys will be alright without me. I'm gonna party. Oh. It didn't take long. A message for you as well. Don't bother coming back home, you wandering buffoon. What a no-good husband. That was a message from your wife. You set out on this expedition without telling your wife again, didn't you? You were so furious. Why in the world didn't you tell me this first? Well, this crisis, little boy. I must away back home with all speed, so... I guess these two are just gonna give up now. Did you hear something outside? I think I did. It was the mail call again. Guess what? Parker stopped by to drop off a party invitation from Princess Peach, predictably. He's also invited to the party, but he took off and said he'd see us at the castle when we'd arrived. You'd better go too, even though Parker was like one of the partners that I used the least during this entire game. And for the actual ending sequence, I guess. I don't remember if there's any more interactivity at this point. I'm just gonna run ahead, there's something important that I have to do, I guess so. We actually have to walk all the way there ourselves now, and we do. Well, when Toa Town is full of partygoers, I'm gonna talk to as many of them as I can, so... Where are you going? I'm sure that Princess Peach is waiting for you in the castle, so okay, we can't do, like, I don't know, the Eddy of Hearthland, where we can literally go back to anywhere else in the world and get different dialogue. Huge news. Mario, who defeated the Vile Bowser, has just arrived. Let's hear it for Mario. I'm pretty sure, if it were like that, I'm pretty sure this ending would take another hour. I don't really want that right now. Back to work, I guess. I'm not all that excited to get back to the grind, but it's somehow a relief. Our routine is probably for the best, at least for me it is. Darling must return to work, it's gonna be lonely here. I have to go back to work starting tomorrow. Now we won't be able to play together every day, what a bummer. I'm gonna be the one to protect her. I'm gonna be a guard in the castle and I'm gonna punch the bad guys in the nose and I'm gonna tell them to get out. I'm gonna do it all by myself. Which I'm sure went well the last time. This castle has come back. Last time peace has been restored to Toad Town. Now we can spend our days together without fear. I work at the castle so I must return there, such is the sweet sadness of love, Mo. Can't get titles anymore, but... Mario, who defeated the Vile Bowser, has just arrived. Let's hear it from Mario. I think we talked to that guy already. We talked to the dude in here, or is he gone? Oh, he's not here. Okay. And talk to the Goombas, though, I guess. Each went ahead with their dear old Goomba. Goombario's jumping for joy. These are bundles of energy, aren't they? Let's arrive at Toad Town. What a long walk. I've been taking a little rest. Goomba must be feeling spry. He went ahead with the grandkids already, and... Never been to a party at a castle before, I'm petrified. I look okay. Well, as the last comeback, everything's back to normal thanks to you, Mario. Toad Town is happy because so many people are here to celebrate, and we can't actually. No, we can go in the shop. So, taking your time on the way to the party. Don't delay too long. It's gonna be quite an exciting day. Shop's closed today. Nobody would buy anything on a day like today, anyway. Shopkeepers want to hang out and enjoy the festival too, you know. She's just gonna leave the merchandise sitting out on the shelves, though, apparently. Wish we Toads could have done more than just wish for you, but we followed your progress the whole time. Your efforts really gave us hope. Must have been grueling, and this fucker's here too. It's your old pal Chuck Quizmo. How'd you like to take part in the quiz game, even though we already did every edition of it, and... Oh, she only says heart, because this is the only time in the game that you can actually talk to her directly. You do get a letter from her, but... You can't actually talk to her ever except there. Mario, isn't it? You did a brilliant job of defeating Bowser. Whole time is celebrating your masterful battle, but even glad news should be cause for missing training. Lee and Chan want to take a day off from the training to go to the party. Truly an outrageous notion, but still perhaps I'm being a bit harsh. A little fun kinda hurts. Maybe we shall forget about training and celebrate. Yahoo! Or there'll be a parade. Let's find a good spot to see the princess from. And what about anyone down here? Yeah, there's people here, predictably. I'm just so relieved that Princess Peach and everybody else came back safe and sound, really. And those three young maids who work at the castle, the ones who went traveling, they're totally back too. I've heard that too, they had to go right back to work this morning. They've been working all day setting up for the party. It'd be great that things worked out okay for everybody, and those three maids brought back lots of souvenirs for me to look at, so Felicity, I'm so happy. Oh, I mean, are these the maids, or are they just completely different? I don't remember, because I think we see these three talking here at the start, or saying different things every chapter, but I think there's like a separate group of toads that are traveling around. I don't know. Oh, Joey, I'm so happy, I'm ecstatic. Yeah, I can tell, just like me. It's the same amount of emotion that you can glean from my voice. Princess Peach rescued, casual descents, commemorative party to be held, just like we knew he would. Mario defeated Bowser and rescued our dear princess. Bowser was badly beaten and will likely never return. We were sure of it, almost positive. Meanwhile, in 2020, Peach's castle has been perfectly restored to its original position and it even sports fresh paint. Grand party celebrating the victories planned at the castle with anyone in attendance. Hooray, from all the reporters with many thanks, and also... Hurrah for Princess Peach, hurrah for Mario. Mario was as strong as legend said he was. He fought beside Goombario, Cooper, Parkari, Bombette, Lady Boo. Lady Boo, not Lady Bo. They actually say Lady Boo. What, Lucky Lester and Sushi. Oh, and I can actually take a picture of this. Got a party like there's no tomorrow, come on. That's another typo, I'm pretty sure. Peach has returned, I'm so happy. I feared she was lost forever. Made it, Mario, you're truly our hero. Can we... like, are the bad shop people gone now? No, they're here still, but... It's a festival. About a long time no see. Made some serious dough here selling by this time. Gotta clear out and head for a different town. I'm itching to get on the road right now, but this festival's a big deal. The kid really wants to check it out, so I guess we'll stay for a while longer. Who's that? Said Mario. Why, it's me, Koopa Koot. By the way, where's the castle? I haven't been there for a while and I'm having the darndest time even finding the front door. Oh, because these people aren't gonna help him. Wow, I'm so pleased to meet you. Now when I get back to Dry Outpost, I can brag to my friends that I met you. Never seen a house with a spinning roof before. What an amazing place. I guess we can't go this way. Yeah, that guy will stop us. Hope you got your rest, Mario. There's no time to sleep today. It's a celebration. Time to party into the wee hours of the morning with all your friends. Well, a fine party. Making a bouquet for Princess Peach seems as though extra beautiful flowers have bloomed just for this special day. Hey, the two composer people are here. Pop Diva's nerves are shot. Stage fright is what she's got. Will she sing well or not? Why the worry, why the frown? Everyone's happy. Party down. I'm feeling good. I never realized that this town was such a hip happening place. And the guy that actually makes the music. Tra-la-la, me. So very nervous. What if I don't sing well for the princess? Oh, I don't know. On behalf of all the flower fields, I came here to say thank you. But we can't go back to flower fields even if we want to now. I'm watching Minty's flower garden, you know, every day it gets more and more happy and beautiful. Now that the castle is back, Minty looks happy as well. Usually that Minty makes me so happy. I guess it's never gonna go past that though. But sure, I'll be better behaved now, won't he, Mario? Just lose it if something terrible happened again. Oh, something definitely comparable happens in pretty much the other two Paper Mario sequels that happen, but I guess Bowser doesn't actually do either of those things, so I could say that that's somewhat true, I guess. Townhouse is closed today. They deserve a day off to celebrate. Here you defeated Bowser at last. Must have been quite an adventure for you, sounds tiring to me. And here's the guy that's obsessed with Bombette. What a cold-hearted, cruel girl you are. Left me behind, how could you, lady? How could you ignore a nice guy like me? Sir Colorado, you are the living end. You're always darting here and there instead of settling down. Would you believe that I had to send Parakarry to get him? Well, I guess he indirectly witnessed that, so I guess so. At the end of my rope, please talk some sense into him. Well, here for the festivities at the castle, eh? Can't say I'm terribly excited about it myself. Heart yearns to go to the Crystal Palace, yearns I say. So many mysteries await me and my dizzying intellect. You understand my yearning, don't you, old boy? I wonder if there's anyone else here that I haven't talked to yet. Weird, she was lost forever. Like, is Merlin in here? Nope. Guess he's actually not there now. Maybe this guy's in here. Awfully sorry, but the post office will be closed for the festivities. But thank you for looking out for Parakarry. I don't understand this house. Such an addle-brained character could make himself useful in your adventure. Well, like I said, he didn't really do an awful lot of that, but that is useless. Boy, look at all these people. We need to talk to every single one of them. Everything worked out fine. I guess this is the guy that was in the prison cell. He'd shaved ice treats all day and all night until I'm completely stuffed. Guess that's a good diet. Gotta come back to visit Lava Lava Island again. Maybe everybody on Lava Lava Island ought to come over here, huh? How did they get here anyway with the whale, I guess? It's a spectacular story full of romance, courage and thrills. Herringway said he definitely wants to write your story. Even came up with a title. What was it again? Let's see. Well, Paper Mario. What do you think? I don't remember if there were any more jokes like that in the sequels. I don't think so. Everything on this shore is so new to me. Wish the other guys could have come along as well. My wishes were granted. The castle has come back and things are as they were before. I'm so glad that the princess and all the other people who got kidnapped are safe. What a miracle. This is all thanks to you, Mario. Time for cake. Come here as an attendant to Mr. Mustafa. Rumors of your great accomplishments have spread even to the Dry Outpost. And here's the guy. It isn't the nice guy, you made it after all, yes. I Mustafa knew all along that you would defeat the evil Bowser, yes I did. You know what, you're an even greater hero than I imagined. And the chief guy. Thank you again for everything you did for our village. You wonder how I got here. I befriended a strange whale. Oh yeah, there you go. It actually gets elaborated upon. It ferried me over here. Next time I'd like to bring the whole village with me. Well, welcome to Peach's Castle. Today we have many special guests, so I'm very nervous. My heart's pounding. But we're not gonna go in yet. Gotta talk to all the people after all. Looks like today's party will be even better than the last one. Lots of singing and dancing instead of an earthquake. Are you still dangerous? Anyway. Says the one who almost put me in prison with false indictments. Pound me too and all that heavy. I came here so I could see Lady Bow dressed in all her finery. This beach is beautiful, but Lady Bow is even prettier, and also one of the ones from the desert. I'm gonna have a wedding ceremony at Gusty Gulch. It's gonna be the most beautiful wedding ever, will scare everybody. And I guess they did put a guy there to stop you from going in that direction too. Thank you for waiting, everybody, please. Waiting with everybody, please proceed to the castle. That's everyone, yep. Our 100% run of getting all the flavor text is suddenly going... All the flavor text, but still not all the hidden blocks or stuff like that. It's proceeding as planned. Princess Peach should be here very shortly. And now Princess Peach. I don't think we have to talk to all the other people that are in the castle, so I think this is the actual end. Interactivity here. Greetings to all of you. I'm so glad everyone could be here on this special day. Star Road stolen by Bowser has been returned to its rightful place in Star Haven. He has once again returned to the Mushroom Kingdom. While as the stars shine with more beauty and power than ever before, it seems that they're sending us their thanks. Mario, Goombario, Cooper, Bumbet, Paracari, and the rest that are over there. Oh, what Sushi, Lackluster. And everybody across the lands of the Mushroom Kingdom that I won't actually bother to give a name to. We've regained peace because of all your efforts. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I think that the Mushroom Kingdom will enjoy peace and prosperity for a long time to come. Perhaps forever. Yeah, that'll happen. It is my heartfelt wish. Well, let's celebrate. Enjoy the festivities, everyone. I guess the writing on this game wasn't quite up to Seinfeld levels quite yet. But here we go, time for the actual credits sequence in which I don't have to do anything else anymore. Oh boy, time for Victory Hydration, which Lambda just redeemed. And there you go. That's the game, and that's... As I said, pretty much the only time that I've actually completed a... I'm pretty sure the only time that I've actually completed that full 100% run of this game. Like, I'm pretty sure the last run that I did in this game, which I've talked about a couple times already, but... One thing that I don't think I mentioned is that I did it with retro achievements, so I could get that done too, but I think there's pretty much only one thing that I didn't do in that run, and that was beat the super bosses. And by the super bosses I think I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't even beat the anti-guy squad in that run, but the one that was actually counted for the achievement in that version was the Master in the final form. Getting the diploma. But hey, I guess I actually went back and did all of those things, but I didn't even do it in a platform that actually tracks stuff like that, so... I guess I get the most important kind of achievement in that satisfaction of knowing that I did it, and that's pretty much it. But yeah. Boy, listen to the big medley that we're gonna have to... that we get for this final sequence of, like, trying to incorporate the different musical styles of the different parts of the game, I guess. Look at all the things that were technically optional, but that we took care of in the end. Like, I'm sure Bowser wouldn't even count as a super boss, just because Bowser is pretty strong for the first opportunity in the game that you have to fight her, but it's like really not that far up there. As far as the grand scheme of things. Well, this guy's flying, I guess, because he wanted to. Oh, that's why. Is he gonna fake you, the viewer, out, thinking that maybe he's gonna try to eat the other boo, even though he isn't doing that anymore? But yeah, I don't know. I guess there's not that much else that I can say about the game that I haven't said already. Like I said, pretty sure I said many times when I first started doing this on stream for this run that it was a childhood RPG of mine that I liked a lot, but I never actually managed to get an actual copy of it that I owned until very recently, which is pretty much what led me to Yuka Tuji Yoko. I'm pretty sure they ate a letter there. It's supposed to be Sui Yoko, but... And the reason I know this is because I've been using music from this game for guessing games recently, but... I never actually managed to get a physical copy of this game that I actually owned for myself until very recently, like... It's pretty much something that I got myself for Christmas at the end of last year. And that pretty much propitiated this run, but I do have copies that I own and that I owned pretty much since those games came out of the other two Paper Mario games that matter, and even of the one that came forth in line that I basically have barely touched, and I don't have any immediate plans of changing that. And I see that Lambda has redeemed the first ever redemption of dramatic reading from a book in my collection, which at least that I have is not really that complete right now, but it's kind of complete as far as books that I've in English that I've read, because I could definitely expand that collection if it were like books in Spanish that I've read and all the books in both languages that I haven't read yet, of which there are, I care to admit, but I think I'll take care of that once this credit sequence is done, because I don't think it goes on for that long, considering that we've pretty much gone through all the stuff that we see in the different chapters already. But I think I vaguely remember this does end in, what do you call it, in a nighttime sequence. So maybe it's actually longer than I thought. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, as far as, I guess I could also mention as far as follow-ups for this particular stream run. Okay, so there is gonna be like a second half to this, that's a nighttime segment. Let's see what's in this, well, maybe not a whole half since I already showed in special thanks, but part of it that isn't just the final shot that is set in the nighttime. Or maybe, yes, it's gonna be an entire second half, but anyway. What I was gonna say is, as far as follow-ups to this on stream... Oh hey, it's the freaking Pop Diva song they actually played as part of the credits. I was not aware of that. Or a little bit of it. It's big medley, like I said, but... Special thanks to Yuki. See, that time they didn't eat the S in Suji, so... the way they did do it the other time. Makiko Asada. I could make a joke about that last name as... speaker of Spanish, but I'm not going to. How you process that mentally is up to you, but... Let's see if I can actually get the thought out this time. As far as follow-ups to this playthrough, what I think I would want to do, because I did write down the little trilogy I wanted to do on like the list of games for stream. What I probably want to do is do this one, which I just finished. Do the first Mario and Luigi game and then do the second Paper Mario game. Those are like the ones that I would definitely want to do as like part of a sort of series, so if I were to follow that up, which I probably will at some point, I would be playing probably the original Game Boy Advance version of Superstar Saga next, but who knows when that'll happen. I know that definitely won't happen like right after this. Because, you know, time was that I used to do long series like all in sequence, one right after the other, but right now I just want to like switch it up a bit more. And then even longer after that would be Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which is another game that I like a lot, and from what I remember and from what I've also heard anecdotally from looking into stuff about this game in the recent past. It's because of going through it again. It's even better than the first one. I'm definitely willing to believe that, and I certainly played that one a lot more when I was, you know, back in the heyday of the GameCube when I was younger, but definitely had to do with the fact that I actually owned my own copy of that game. And look at that, this came out in 2001. I want to say not even that far off from, like, the end of the N64 life cycle, and when the GameCube became the main thing. I don't quite remember what the dates are for that, honestly. I know that by like the, I think the early 2000s, like, I think the late 90s, or at least the second half of the 90s is when a lot of the big early N64 releases happened. But hey, there you go. So I vaguely remember, I think a magazine that I read in like 2004 that was talking about Ocarina of Time, and it talked about like the game's 6 years old. I remember that figure very specifically for some reason. Like they were talking about video games like this big video game that was 6 years old at the time being this big legacy thing, and I guess in a matter of speaking it still kind of is, but it's kind of hilarious to think about it in that scope, considering what we know now, and even what was the case then, because video games are certainly a lot longer than Nintendo, but a lot older, that is. Not super older, but certainly older, but there you go. It's the end screen. I guess we're gonna take a picture of this. Hold on, let me wait for more of these fireworks to get on the screen. I'll take a few pictures of this. So I don't even know if it's taking the picture of the right part of the screen, but I mean it doesn't matter if it somehow screwed up and literally just look at the VOD again, because there's nothing on top of the actual game video. But speaking of bookends, it's not just with the casuals in the gameplay and with going in Peach's castle and talking to people at the end, but also the fact that they use this song for like the intro sequence that they play in attract mode, and now you hear it again at the very end, but yeah, there you go. And that was Paper Mario, and I'm pretty sure that it's got the old video games thing where you're forced to turn off the game now because there's no way to get out of the screen once you've actually beaten it. Like other JRPGs I remember that do that are like the old Final Fantasy games, and I even remember, I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy 7. Oh shit, they actually bring in the Pop Diva song in this song. Well, am I glad that I didn't shut it off sooner, but I'm pretty sure at least Final Fantasy 7 did the same thing. Once you beat the game, you can't get out of the end screen, you have to restart. Turn it off. I don't remember if the other PS1 Final Fantasies did that, honestly. But I mean, I never beat 8, I only beat 9, and I don't even remember if 9 did that too. I would say probably, I couldn't even tell you. One day I'll beat 8. I guess we're gonna sit here for just a moment longer as I use my free hand to mash the start button on the controller, which I know will not do anything. And to see if the music takes any more turns. I guess I could probably get up and reach for the book while this screen is still going on. It's not that far from where I'm sitting, hold on. Guess I might as well try that. Better blue edition or full colored? I'm pretty sure it's full colored, by the way. Sorry, I didn't address that before. I think so, at least. Remember it having red text, and I don't remember any other colors in there specifically, but there probably were. I can find out right now, hold on. I've got it in my hand right now, which causes me to do terrible things to the whatchamacallit, the microphone stand. It's the part where it's got like the little, like the mirror text between the pages, and it's got the little squares with all the crap that the mouse doesn't have. I'm pretty sure those squares have a blue border, so I guess if I understood the question, and the question is, does it have more than one color in print? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. Okay. Another page 218 is the one that is part of this sequence where it's all the words spread very sparsely across a bunch of different pages. think what I'm gonna be doing, because I kind of figured this might happen at some point when I put this book in list. I think what I'm gonna be doing is start at 216 and I'll point out when 18 comes up. There's 2 words. And I will end it at 225, which is the next pseudo paragraph. And I'll do the whole thing while this screen is still up, I guess. Okay, so again, Lambda has redeemed dramatic reading from a book in my collection, House of Leaves, page 218, but I'll read that entire sequence. It's not really what you would call an entire sequence, but it starts at page 216 like this. And just as the strobe captures him lifting the weapon, presumably now aiming at the blinding flash, we hear a series of sharp cracks. Neither Navidson nor Reston have any idea where these sounds are coming from, though gratefully the stills reveal what is happening. Hold on. All those doors, next page. Behind, next page, which is page 218. The man, next page, are slamming shut. Next page, one, next page after, next page another, next page after, next page another. And the next page and the final in the short sequence, which still does not prevent the figure from firing. Oh shit, Reston shouts, but Navidson keeps his Nikon steady and focused, the motor chewing up a whole roll of film as the flash angrily slashes out the prevailing darkness, ultimately capturing this dark form. Okay, so I went a couple pages over. Or more than that. Vanishing behind a closing door, even though a hole the size of a fist punches through the mud. I've been all the way up to page 231 actually, but that's how this whole sequence works. So there we go. Thank you for that redemption. At this point I actually look back at the cover and it says, yeah, the remastered full color edition, so it's definitely full color. I don't think I've ever actually seen any of the other editions, and I don't know if it says it in the cover. I don't think it does, no, or in the back thing. I'm pretty sure this says the version that has the Whalestone letters in it as well. It doesn't actually say anything, does it? Okay, so it says a note on this edition in one of the copyright pages. Full color, which I guess is the one I have. The word house in blue, Minotaur, and all struck passages in red. The only struck line in chapter 21 appears in purple and XXXXXXXXX in color plates. Apparently there's like 4 editions and the incomplete edition. There's no color, no braille. No braille. This one doesn't even have braille, I don't. Elements in the exhibits, appendices, and index may be missing. I mean, all the other ones say no braille, but the one that I have doesn't even have braille, I don't think, anyway. That I'm aware of. And, like, that's not even mentioned in the features that apparently in the full color, that are apparently in the full color. For some reason, when I look at the index, it doesn't even have a separate thing for the Whalestone letters, even though that's, I'm pretty sure that's sold separately. It's kind of in sometimes edited as like its own self-contained work. It just has Appendix 2, and then one of those sub-entries there is the 3 Attic Whalestone Institute letters. Oh well. And I don't know, I feel like I didn't get nearly as much out of this book as I was expecting. But I do appreciate a lot of it. Can definitely understand, like, I'm pretty sure the parts that most people find memorable about it, I find memorable too, so there's that, but anyway. How long have I been on this screen already? Like, 20 minutes or something. More, probably closer to 10 minutes. Yeah, that's actually the thing that I wanted to do. Or not do the thing that I wanted to do, but do the thing that I must actually turn the game off. So there we go. That was the sound of me unplugging the wire that gives the little capture box its power and letting it drop. So sound of me turning off the game, I guess. And looking at my my emails here, I'm gonna have to take off in just a minute here, but apparently Duolingo wants me to practice French today because I didn't do that. I guess I'm gonna do that in the background. The ultimate way to play the stream off. I guess I might as well start playing the music again. There we go. Oh yeah, this is perfect music for practicing French. Let's see. Do you like French restaurants? Would be translated as tu aimes les restaurants français. Yes.
J'ai 2 bébés.
J'ai quoi?
J'ai 2 bébés.
Bébé? Yeah, I have 2 babies. Okay. I like French restaurants. J'aime les restaurants français. Wait, damn it, I wanted to press 3.
Tu prends un sandwich ou une pizza?
J'ai what? J'ai quoi?
Tu prends un sandwich ou une pizza? Tu prends un sandwich ou une pizza?
Tu prends un sandwich et une pizza. I don't know what the second. Tu prends. Tu prends, not du prends. God damn it. Hold on. Screw that up, always. I'm pretty sure it's giving me stuff that I haven't actually learned yet. Okay. Wants an orange juice. Il voudrait en vendre. No. Would be jus d'orange, so it's has to be that one.
Fromage français.
Un fromage français. Hey, I got that one right. 2 beers. Du bière? Yeah.
2 bières.
Hey, thank you for showing me the thing that I need to write before I actually have to write. Où est la salle de bain, I guess.
Une table pour 2 personnes.
Quoi?
Une table
pour 2
personnes.
Garçons. Okay. What? 2 personnes? I heard 2, comma, garçon. I eat a salad. Un verre de, I don't know, vin? What would verre be? Or vin? Oh, glass. How would it? Oh, that's because of the the phonemes. It wasn't about the context. Yeah. Okay, we'll try this one more time. If I fail, I'm just gonna do it by myself off stream. Because I've been failing both of the ones that I've had in the background here. Okay. C'est mon... I mean, un animal de compagnie.
Ma femme.
There's gotta be a better way to say pet in French. Ma femme? Okay. Family.
La fille de Paul.
La fille de Paul? De Paul. God damn it. Not what you said. Mon grand-père? Yeah.
Le mari de Julia est mexicain.
Quoi?
Le mari de Julia est mexicain.
Du Julien et Mexique. I don't know what that second word was. The mari? Mari? Husband means... okay.
Marie a une chouette.
Mari... Chouette. What the fuck is chouette? Hassenau. Okay, yeah. They're just giving me stuff that I never looked at before, so screw it. I'll do that off stream. It's time for me to actually switch to the end of screen so I can say thank you one more time. And let's see. And take it easy for the time being as I begin my end of stream spiel. So as I always say, you'll take it easy. Thank you everybody for coming like always. Thanks for chat. And I think I might stream tomorrow. I would like to stream tomorrow, but I'm gonna be doing something kinda latish in the night, so it'd have to either be like earlier in the day, like even earlier than today, or it would have to be like super late. But I think something that I would rather do tomorrow, even if I don't end up streaming earlier in the day, is I'll probably be showing the 3rd season of the Castlevania Netflix series on my Discord, if I can actually figure out how to do that yet. Hold on. I have a command with that? Yeah, I do. So if you're not in there already, I invite you to hang out, because that's probably gonna happen either late tomorrow night or a little bit earlier on Sunday. If I do end up streaming tomorrow, it would have to be early, I guess. If I do end up having the chance to do that, I would be playing more Xenoblade X, and if not, then I might actually play a little bit more Xenoblade X in the middle of the week to make all the time that I haven't been playing that game. And if you would stick around for just a moment longer, since we actually got a few people in here for this. Or did you think I was gonna use? Let's see if there's something that I can read. Let's see. A few people. Right. Role-playing games that I don't necessarily know about. I could rate a rando with Paper Mario, like, let me see. Where to look at, I don't know, Paper Mario. Yeah. Anyone that isn't me that would feel okay tossing a rate to possibly so it's a little, or I could take a chance with these people that I have games that I don't know, eeny meeny miny moe, honestly, at this point. Okay, what I think what I'm gonna do after some big sort of kind of weighing my options is, if you would stick around for just a minute longer, I'm gonna be rating Rachel Tad, an Australian streamer who is currently playing Dragon Age Origins, which I think is actually a game that I got for free once on like the... It is Dragon Age Origins, right? Yeah. For free on the EA Origin platform thingy. But I think I looked too hard into it. But apparently Dragon Age is kind of a big deal based on stuff that I've heard down the line, so I'll be doing that to play this out, play this off, and like I said, I'll probably see you tomorrow, if not for a regular stream, then for the Castlevania thing. It's the most likely outcome right now. And I'll see you later in the week for more Xenoblade and whatever I'm gonna be playing next, which might be something else RPG related that I have lined up. Let's see. It's also related to something a bit more current, but... of speaking, but we'll see. But right now, once again, I thank you if you're sticking around for the raid. I don't really have a raid message, I can just say whatever. And independently of all that and what I've said in the past, I hope and I presume that I will see you later.